wherever you may be watching this transmission. You're tuned in to Trends in the Housing Market, episode 199. Yes, 199 weeks discussing the trends in the housing market, discussing how young families can't lay roots, people holding off on getting married until they could afford to buy their first home. People just now got to the point where they've given up on that, and now they just need to find a way to get the rent paid. And it's getting tough. And now with COVID on the horizon, and we ain't seen nothing yet with COVID. I'm telling you guys, we've been counting down on the channel the whole COVID situation every Saturday night, and extra videos have been making to create awareness. The importance of understanding the psychological despair a lot of people are going to be in a week or two from now. We are, according to the channel, I've been following it to the book. We are 6 days away. In 6 days, we will find out whether our hospitals or whether our health system will be able to take the brunt of what's coming. Housing is severely affected because in a lot of countries in the Commonwealth are more about the housing markets. And a lot of these countries competed over wealthy investors to prop up their housing markets. Thus, housing creates jobs via construction and the fire industry, right? And, real estate, insurance, all that stuff. It creates a lot of jobs. Then you have jobs for people to do, people to do inspections. You have inspectors, you have surveyors, you got all kinds of stuff. Housing creates jobs, fabrication, building, employment, but we binged too hard on the housing. We binged so hard on the housing that we forgot every other industry that we know. And it's not just Canada. Australia's on the hook for that. The UK is on the hook for that. Western United States is on the hook for that. New York is on the hook for that. Building condos, luxury condos, to leave them all empty. What happened to the common man? What happened to starting a family? What happened to, well, everyone got priced out. And it's, I've been saying this, everyone's going to be in for a rude awakening. I remember talking about the rude awakening video I did on Morning Coffee with Mike almost 2 years ago, 2 summers ago. I was talking about a lot of people are going to wake up to a crash course in basic finance and economics. And it's here. Anyways, let's go over to the comments. Owen in the house. BC Matrix in the house. The McChronicle in the house. Damn Slacker in the house. Jay Smith in the house. Stephen Sewell in the house. Mataski in the house. I know Low Row Scratchers here. Moses 34 Mark 34-5 Moses. Dave. So, I just wanted to throw this out there. Someone's asking me if this is a Canadian channel. Yes, I am based in Canada, Merritt, British Columbia. I'm one of those statistics you read about. Mass exodus of the major cities. I left the city of Vancouver. I left a very good business I had there. My own business I built from scratch. Very good, well-paying business. I figured it's better to start a family, lay roots, raise kids in a smaller town, and I want the kids to understand what Canada is, right? And this small town is that I live in is good old Canada. It's like when I grew up, and I want my kids to have that growing up too. So I gave up the city life, which I knew was a fraud. It was the biggest fraud. Expensive car insurance, expensive home insurance, expensive this, expensive that. For what? To live next door to somebody that hates you? And then the other person doesn't talk to nobody? And then when you talk to somebody in your building or in your area, they look at you like you're like, why is this guy talking to me for? I remember living in the city of Vancouver. You say hi to someone, they're like, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? So we got Christina Flores in the house, 26 Gunter in the house, Real Kevin Thompson in the house, Real German Instincts in the house. And that's Pashuk in the house. I think Nat said something here. I got a call today to maintain 4 buildings. Normally it would be a thrill for me, but things are so unsure right now. So we got McChronicle in the house too. So a lot of people are losing money right now. Why? Because a lot of people just bought at the top. A lot of people were brainwashed. Oh my God, if I don't own now. You know how many? Loser. Practice saying that with me, guys. Put a lot of emphasis at the end of the L and the O. Losers. Just put the emphasis on the L and O. Losers. You know how many loser real estate agents out there saying, if you don't own now, you'll never own anything in your life? Do you know how many of them told people that? That basically they'll be left hanging and their kids and grandkids will never own anything because they didn't buy now? That's what you call a loser. Canada's never going to be the same after that. Yes, Mark 345 Moses. Papa Piss at police checkpoints on interprovincial bridges and Quebec to Ottawa. The Gestapo state has arrived. Yep. My man Mike Banks slinging me $1 for some coffee. Real Kevin Thompson saying my money is lent to private lender is frozen. Can't make my money out. Can't make my money out. Yeah, and then Kevin Thompson said it will go up forever. Buy now or you'll never own. Mer Chronicle says we're finding out the honest realtors from the SHI realtors real quick now. Kia is saying lots of people in Toronto did not pay their rent. All the landlords are complaining about how they could pay their mortgage. You see, we wouldn't have this problem if rent wasn't 18 times the annual income. Like, people pay 30, 40 grand a year in rent for an average place. So people watching this in Milwaukee or in Fort Lauderdale or in Houston, people in Canada pay 30, 40 grand, some of them in rent per year, for a little room or an apartment. Because people watching this in Pittsburgh right now or in Kansas City is like, what? You could just pay a damn mortgage. No, because we don't qualify. Why? Because the average home in Canada and in Australia and New Zealand, an average decent home that needs about $300,000 worth of repair, that's Canadian cost though, because the same repair in Arizona is like 40 grand. But Canadian cost 300 grand in repair. I don't know. I don't know who's sick. I don't know who's getting sick of this. Who's really getting sick of all this crap. So, people earning average wages should be paying average rent. Not paying... With the rent, would some people pay for a 1-bedroom in Toronto or Vancouver or even in Sydney? You could honestly rent Michael Jordan's house. Like that's... I'm being serious. Like 3-4 grand a month for rent. Some people pay. Let's go over this real quick. Channel plug, guys. Let's go over channel plug. Support the transmission, guys. I'm always here for you guys. Trends in the housing market. Let's refresh it. It should be live right now as we speak. There she is, live. Guys, don't forget to set your reminder here for Mind Games, Mike in the Night. I don't need to turn on the reminder. I'll be here. I'm going to give you guys a link for Mind Games. It's this Saturday. We're going to go on 8 p.m. Pacific time instead of 9 p.m. And Mind Games in Mike in the Night this Saturday, we're going to be discussing the psychological aspect of COVID and how COVID has psychologically been affecting you, whether you're purposely self-isolating, whether you're unemployed and don't know where to go, whether you lost your job and you can't get unemployment insurance, whether you're stressed out at home and don't know what to do. Let's get people calling in this week. Let's discuss this on Mike in the Night. The psychological impact that this COVID is doing on you. And we could talk ourselves through this together. Okay, nobody's alone here. Nobody is alone here. Don't ever forget that. So don't forget to join that, guys. Set your reminders for that. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram if you want to message me on here. It's fine. I get messages through my Facebook through this thing too, which is really nice. And then, guys, if you want to buy me a coffee, $1 a month, I'd appreciate it very much. Here it is. $1 a month on Patreon. Support your local guy. $1, $12 a year. And the stores, I made a lot of sales today in the store. I want to thank everybody that's gone on and picked up some swag from the Mike in the Night. Mike in the Night, trends in the housing market. Lots of trends in the housing market stuff here. Really appreciative of your support, guys. It all goes to good cause. Believe me, it does. So, we're living in a time where people are heavily massaged into believing that they're just living in a time of expensiveness. No, we're living in a time of being ripped off. Here you go. See if I could find this. Here we go. There's an article. It was actually published with three publications. City of Vancouver now defines $3,702 rent as affordable housing. And then we did the map on this. $3,702 net for rent for a one-bedroom or two-bedroom home. One or two-bedroom apartment. You got to make at least $4,700, $5,000 a month just to pay the rent, but then you got to buy food. I forgot, you got to eat. Keep forgetting about eating. It's something about eating I keep forgetting about. I'm not sure why. So we got somebody named by the name of Grant says everything's going to be all right. I really hope he's right. I really hope everything's going to be all right. All right, guys, let's kick off first tonight's story here. Why U.S. housing bubble 2.0 is about to burst. In this current price, I'd like to take a quick look at one of the bubbles I warned about in my piece in 2019 in June, Housing Bubble 2.0. The Great Recession was largely caused by the bursting of the mid-2000s housing bubble and the damage it caused in the U.S. financial and banking system. As a quick fix to end the recession and create another economic boom, the Fed simply reinflated housing prices. According to the Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index, housing prices have surged 59% since their bottom in 2012. What happened was Vancouver did not see a housing crash when America did. Neither did Australia, New Zealand, or the UK. They just lowered rates overnight to kind of compete with what was happening in America. So we did not see a crash in the early 2000s like America did. So a lot of people were betting that the housing market was going to crash after the 2010 Vancouver Olympics. I remember everybody saying that. It didn't. Canada was bringing in so much money that it didn't even know what to do with it. It was so much laundered money was coming in. It was so big. It took so many people, so many families out so fast. And what I mean by that, uncompetitiveness. The local Canadian making a good salary couldn't compete with the laundered money. They couldn't compete. And what did they do? They did the next best thing. They mass exodus. That's why California has seen 8 to 10 million people in the last 5-6 years leave because of affordability issues. I kind of wish I was just making this stuff up, but you can't make this stuff up. It's so. So we got Gary Medij in the house. We got Anthony D. Yeah, there was no crash because Chinese investors were still buying and never stopped. That's right, Anthony D. That's correct. It's true. And it's crippled. It's crippled the fabric of Canadian lifestyle. It's crippled what we used to be back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, right? Until Canada cut immigration in from Europe, Canada just changed 180, a complete 180. Instead of making it fair to everybody, they just cut off here. Europe, you can't come back to. Europe and Iceland and even Greenland couldn't even come into Canada. You know what I'm saying? So, Nat is asking, Calgary should bring back, where did that go? Assumable mortgages now. But the thing is, the problem with Canada, again, and Australia and all the Commonwealth, in Western United States and New York, wages are not tied to real estate. Okay? The problem is wages aren't tied to real estate. That is the key problem. Average wage earner loses job. Average wage earner can't pay mortgage. Average wage earner goes bankrupt. Recession hits. Interest rates go up. We reset the thing. We didn't do this. The problem is average wage earner can't afford to live anymore. Average wage earner leaves the city he was born and raised in, 2 hours away from the major city, because average wage earner has been waiting too long for a price correction. And that's the problem. It won't happen because the amount of money that's shoveled into Canada illegally. And I think Trump should do a big seizure. Trump should start asking all these corporate companies and all these corporate companies that own all these luxury condos, okay, where'd you get the money to buy this? You got to prove it to us. Oh, no? Okay, we're going to take it. Good, Merry Christmas. Have a good year. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like, real German instincts. I want to see post 08 prices in USA 20K homes, like Florida. 26 Gunter brought up a good point. You'll die of other things than the virus. Yeah. Oh, we got something here from Owen. Hold on a sec. Okay, it's not a link. It's just a copy of a link. Let me see if I could copy this here. Post it here. Hope it's nothing pornographic, but let's see. I think I read this one because it's already. Yeah, I already looked at this earlier. What was this? It was yesterday. It was 2 days ago. COVID job losses could total 47 million. Unemployment rate may hit 32%. Fed estimates. So this is going to affect a lot of housing in America, right? But not Canada. Canada's going to compete for more money. More money in Canada. Same thing with Australia. The locals could go straight to hell. We need more money to come in. Before they used to tax us on our wages and used to tax us on our labor and used to tax us, hey, they just print money now. They don't care about us. What do you mean balance the books? The books will balance themselves. The COVID economic freeze could cost 47 million jobs and send the unemployment rate past 32 points, according to the St. Louis Fed projections. There are nearly 67 million Americans working in jobs that are high risk of layoffs, according to the analysis. So here's the problem with this. A lot of small business will not reopen after this closure. A lot of small businesses will not reopen. Gordon Freeman saying, how long until food, lights, and water are compromised? I think water and lights will be fine. I'm not too worried about, like, that stuff could run automatic. It doesn't need human intervention. Just keep people away from the building. Leave it alone. Let it run auto. Just get lost. Because anytime anyone gets involved, or if the federal government wants to get involved with that, it gets all screwed up. Leave it alone. And food, it depends. It depends on how many people get sick from this working in the food supply, right? That it brings it down. It brings it down the chain, right? So McChronicle saying Kevin Thompson, that was in Montreal, insane. But that was a cup. I went too fast there. That was a cup of tea compared to Vancouver and Toronto. That's correct. Mike Banks, it's easy to claim unpaid taxes to counteract money laundering charges in a Canadian court. Yes, Mike Banks, there's ways of finding that out through cracks or loopholes that were created, but Canada can't do that. They cannot look racist. Okay, Mike, if me and you did this, we'd be sharing a jail cell together right now, buddy. 32% unemployment, says Owen. Yeah, and then someone says, unless we get hit by an asteroid. That's all we need in 2020. Why is 2020 turning out to be the biggest piece of crap in history? The biggest, worst year in history? Tony Nudo saying, follow the laundered money. Maybe it's spreading the virus. Jess Flores is saying, do you think Texas is going to see a big influx of Chinese investment? It's tough. If this virus wasn't hitting, I would say yes, they're going to be there in a couple of weeks. They're ready in Florida. I read articles where they're taking over Florida and driving up the prices. It's like, man, I can't even go somewhere and die in peace anymore. It's like, really? It's like, yeah. But now with this virus, no. I think the problem is you can't have a liberal government in the United States. You can't. The second you do, they're going to jump on board. Okay? Okay? You guys have no idea how much damage America would be in today financially. Well, the American proper would be in today. If Trump lost the election and Hill Dog won, she would have taken that liberal stand and start promoting America. Chinese, come to America. Bring your money. Bring your students. Bring everything. We love you type of thing. They would have played that launder your money here. We love you type of thing. And that would have been scary. Because it's Trump, it's a little bit different. Right? A little bit different. So luckily, people don't know how lucky they are. And you know what it is? They're just laughing at us. They're all laughing at us. FV in the house saying, hey, Mike, hope you're staying safe, bro. I'm safe, buddy. I don't even leave the house, man. I'm going to go tomorrow and check on my store, and that's it. Real Kevin Tom saying, my cousin lives in a rooming house. And his roommate has COVID. Yep. Andrew in the house saying, Andrew INFJ, 2020 is crap. We are harvesting what we planted. That's right. And let me tell you guys something. In the end, like, what do you say in the end? Like, what's your last words? What are you gonna... I don't know how some of these people could live with themselves. Like, I'm not talking about money launderers. I'm talking about the people that go out and do bad things. The people that go out and purposely go do harm to somebody else. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I wanted to share this with you guys on Saturday, but do you remember yesterday I did a live stream about COVID and creating awareness? Like, people need to look outside of the mainstream media and kind of start thinking for themselves a little bit more. Because Canada and Australia and New Zealand are in a lot of trouble right now. because they believed in China. And China said it was nothing. There's nothing to worry about in January. Second week of January hits, things got worse. And then the problem is Canada and Australia and New Zealand and the UK, they believe every word that China says. They believe every word like it's almost gospel. And that's the problem there. They believed in another country on what was happening, that they had it contained. And Canada was like, oh, yeah, we'll just let flights in. It's not that bad and blah, blah, blah. And our gullible government should have woken up and smelled the flowers and said, look, we can't trust them. We need to do something about this now. But the thing is, anybody in the beginning of January that stood up in Parliament that wanted to shut this down or shut down flights or shut down any connection or whatever would have probably been blacklisted, would have been blackballed from the party. So how does one, or the governance of one, take it to the next level and actually protect its own people? But there's one thing clouding that, and it's called money. Numbers printed on pieces of papers. Numbers that basically give us a level or a gauge of our wealth, a gauge of our notoriety in the community, where we stand, how liquid we are. That's what we sold out to. We gave it all up. Could have had it all. Canada could have been the country of countries, man. Canada could have been, okay, military-wise, we're lacking, but that's good because we're not spending so much on goddamn military. Pharmaceutical-wise, we could have been the kings. Technology-wise, Canada could have been the best. We have the rare minerals in our own country. We have the oil. We have everything we need. But we sold it all. We even sold our biggest mine in Canada, our biggest coal mine in northern BC, and they don't even hire Canadian workers. You must speak Mandarin to work there. We gave it away. For what? For what? What do we got to show for it now? Now, we don't have the governance in place, nor do we have the health facilities in place in 6 days to deal with this. I've been counting this down since the last week of December. And the one person that brought this to my attention was one of the viewers here on the comments, Real German Instincts. Real German Instincts came to me and told me, look, Mike, this is really bad. They're claiming something's happening in China, but the government's claiming that there's not something happening in China. And I'm like, what is it? It looks like it's some sort of a virus that's going around. And when I heard those words, China, virus, going around, I knew this was going to be big. I knew this was going to be big. I knew this was going to turn heads. And we shouldn't care what China says. Because we should watch the video footage of all the people that risked all those Chinese souls. And I'm talking about the real souls out there on the front lines. Working their lives, lost their lives on the front line in China to save others, to put their head under the guillotine. Put their head under the guillotine to send us videos of what's happening in China. The true heroes, the doctor that were telling his other colleagues that something really serious is happening, that succumbed to the virus he discovered. The real heroes, the real souls in China, the real entities that care about humanity, the real entities that care about the good of the common man. And I know there's a lot of good Chinese people out there. Oh, I know there is a lot of them. And then there's a lot of corruption. Every country. Portugal has corruption. Italy has corruption. Brazil has corruption. But population-wise, China has the biggest population, right? Hence, more corruption, more crime, more black market, more everything, more gangs, more organization, underground, black markets, more everything. But there's a lot of good people there. There's people that risk their lives, and like I said, putting their head into the guillotine against a communist regime to send out this video footage that we have today. And without them, the preppers would have never got the jump on this. The preppers would have never got now the preppers had the jump on it. They saw the signs in late December, early January. I bought my toilet paper in December, last week of December. I bought my bleach in first week of January. I bought all my hand sanitizers. People ask me, Mike, how do you have hand sanitizer? Well, I didn't go and hoard it. Every week I'd go shopping. I'd buy two. I'd buy two wipes. I'd buy two. I would pick up extra because I knew the preppers that have their eye and then have prophesizing of this breakdown in economy, social unrest, housing crash, civil unrest, everything, knew that it's going to come. How many people could have put their finger on the pulse and said that this is going to be a pandemic? I don't know how many people. I mean, before the whole Wuhan thing. I mean, how many people could have... I would have thought maybe an EMP. I would have thought a solar flare. I would have thought like a corona solar flare. I would have thought even a first contact from another, like aliens coming to visit us for the first time to stop the economy. That would stop the economy in its tracks. I mean, I would have thought other things as opposed to a pandemic in 2020. So, low roller scratcher, Mike's never blamed the Chinese citizens. I just feel bad. I feel so sorry. I've never blamed the Chinese citizens. No. My ex-girlfriend was from mainland China. She was from Shanghai, my ex-girlfriend. And the one before that was from China too. But she was, where was she from? Hainan, China or something like. Anyways, yeah. The closest I've been to China was Taiwan. I've been to Taiwan many times, right? But no, it's this ruling class of oligarchs that has put us in this economic suicide that we're in. If it was average wages, okay, tied to average homes, average investments, average lifestyle, then this whole breakdown wouldn't be so bad, because everyone's on hinge. We just can't do it. FV says, I want life to get back to normal. It will. It will get back to normal, people. It will. But there's going to be a lot of changes. So, okay, we covered this story. U.S. housing bubble 2.0 about the burst. Did the Fed just accidentally trigger a housing market crash? So the Federal Reserve just bought $250 billion of mortgage-backed securities in a bid to strengthen the markets. So the McChronicle mentioned this a few times about rebuying bad debt, but the move caused a tsunami of margin calls across the mortgage banker industry. Some warned they could go bankrupt within days. Again, the McChronicle covered this like a week and a half before this article was even made. Home buyer demand has dried up and millions of mortgage delinquencies loom. We've covered that here, right? Federal Reserve unloaded its bazooka of stimulus all over the markets in the last 2 weeks, but there's some major collateral damage. By flooding the markets with money, they may have accidentally triggered a housing market crash.
And Dom, we'll begin with you and what's happening with mortgage REITs and Tom Barrack's warning.
Yeah, so Tom Barrack's warning is about those mortgage REITs in large part because many of these mortgage REITs have seen a huge amount of distress. I want to call your attention to two in particular. One is the Invesco Mortgage Capital Real Estate Investment Trust.
Yes. I have had my eye on that a few months back.
The other is the New York Mortgage Trust. Both of those in just the last month have lost around 80% of their value, and that's only because they're bouncing today off very distressed levels. The reason why they're distressed is because these mortgage-related REITs typically don't invest in real estate properties, they invest in mortgage bonds. And the reason they're in distress is because when mortgage bonds, commercial mortgage bonds, residential ones, loans of any kind of variety start to lose value, these funds actually buy them on margin. They borrow money to buy them. Yep. When those assets go down in value, margin calls.
They're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Happen. Can they meet those margin calls, or do they have to sell? And then if they sell, that pushes prices lower for all these mortgage bonds. Do other REITs have to sell? That's the reason why Tom Barrack is a little bit concerned about this. To put it a little bit differently now, there are large mortgage real estate investment trusts out there like Annaly Capital,
yes,
AGNC, and Starwood Property Trust that have held up relatively better. And I would note
because they take a lot less risk on their books too, guys. There's a lot of companies out there that are not that bad, but they actually take a lot less risk than some of these do. They just buy whatever.
This, Kelly, for AGNC, it's held up relatively well because it invests primarily in government-backed mortgages.
Yeah, there you go. Better quality.
So that's something
you get what you pay for.
To watch as well.
And Dom, when Tom Barrack warns about the banks, I mean, is there a systemic risk there, or should these concerns be concentrated in this asset class?
So there is, because of the whole financing structure, right? All of these banks do provide real estate financing. If the whole system starts to feel stressed, it's not just these mortgage real estate investment trusts that do, but perhaps the banks as well. And remember, a lot of stress is also on the investors in these mortgage real estate investment trusts, these MREITs, many of whom are older Americans, those who are looking towards retirement income. When you can't find that kind of retirement income with ultra low interest rates, with 30-year Treasury bonds trading with 1.5% yields, a lot of folks tend to buy these as part of a portfolio to augment some of those income returns. So that's something to watch as well. Boomers, aged Americans, those are the ones being hard hit as well.
Yeah, great.
Yep. And now for mortgage bankers face bankruptcy. By flooding the market with money, the Fed forced down rates. Problem is that just blew up the hedge. All right. Airbnb just popped. Is that Airbnb right here? Come on, tell me this is Airbnb. Come on, man. Tell me this is Airbnb. It's a nosedive here. Pelican dive. How COVID-19 is affecting local real estate. Oh, we know this already. Industries and challenges arising from COVID pandemic have caused those of us in real estate to be creative and innovative. The buyers, well, creative and innovative was Airbnb. Yeah, I'm a businessman. I'm gonna get a place. I'm gonna rent it out, they say, and I'm gonna rent it out Airbnb. So we got yeah. Well, comments are on fire tonight. Thanks, guys, for joining. COVID, Australian reports a sustained slowdown for COVID-19 infection rates. So this is good because Australia is built off My Precious. What is My Precious, you say? Well, My Precious is, you know, the guy from Lord of the Rings? Precious, my precious. Well, My Precious for Australia is their housing market. That's all they have that's backing their economy. Everything else they sold off to China or Indonesia or whatever. They sold their water off. They don't even own their own water in Australia. They sold everything off. And they even sold land to China to build a base in Australia somewhere, a runway somewhere in the middle of Australia. But now they're saying they've sustained. Why does Australia need to sustain this? Because they cannot have the housing market go down in Australia. They can't. There's too much foreign money invested in there, and there's going to be a lot of problems with the deal with these investors that lose millions, if not billions of dollars. And another big business is Australia is still letting in students for universities to go to school from Chinese wealthy students to go there and get an education. Right? And that's a problem for the locals. There was a young lady. She was out on the street from her dorm, and she was very upset that the dorm she stays in was converted into a place for students to go into quarantine when they arrive from China. So they stay there 15 to 20 days in quarantine in the dorm rooms. And so she had to leave. But the problem is she's in Sydney, but she's from Adelaide. So she had nowhere to go, because she was asked to leave her own dorm room to let others come in, and that way they could create it into a quarantine center, right? I could even look up the article for you guys. I'm not making this up. I read it a few weeks ago on trends in the housing market, right? So that is a huge issue, right? So Steve Stevens saying, I'm seeing permanently closed signs out of business doors around the city. Craig Cook is laughing, saying the average wage $60K average, and the average house is $1 million. Yeah, it's like 28 times your annual income. Woo! That's after food. If you eat, if you don't eat, then we got to talk. I got to figure out how you're doing it without eating. Dave from Berlin says, Steve Stevens, well, this is moving pretty fast. Stafford D says, Mike, I just sold my unit for $456 million. Thanks for your advice. I don't know who that is. Real German Instinct says, apparently I've been lying about COVID-19. I don't know who that is. That's Real German Instincts. I don't know what's going on. Guys, stop fighting in the comments, please. Boom Bubble Bust Repeat in the house. It's about time you showed up. Where the hell you been? We're waiting for you. Nat Pacheco says $1 million housings. Clark Nark is saying LOL $500K in the Metro Vancouver. Yeah, Craig Cook again on the money saying food has gone up 50% in the last 5 years. Aquarius just joined us. Yeah. It's the Canadian, American, well, the Canadian, Australian proper, the UK proper. They're toast. There's people going to food banks that I've never been to a food bank in my entire life, and I work 2 jobs. It's the normal. It's normal now to go to a food bank and get food. That's becoming the new norm. For the people living in their own countries that were born and raised and invested their entire lives in the infrastructure. If we go into hyperinflation due to all this printing, real estate investors will be heavily rewarded, whereas savers get screwed. Well, we're going to go negative rate territory. Eventually, they're going to have to abolish cash and go into negative rates. That's something we've been talking about on the show for like 2 years now. So we got to say, now the Communist Party of China is sending out press releases about how China is donating medical supplies. Guys, I did a video today about how China won the war against coronavirus today. It's over here. Right here. This is how China, I'm with my son here, and we did a video today on how China won the war against the coronavirus. They even wrote a book on how they found the virus, destroyed it, saved the world, and saved many lives. And it's going to be written in 25 languages. So basically, China goes in, creates these catastrophes, cleans it up with I don't know how much cost of human life, and then praises themselves for winning a war they lost. So this one's saying that Australia reports a sustained slowdown in COVID-19. Just like the housing lies, all the lies we heard for housing in the last, I don't know, this is the 199th episode we're doing here. Of the lies we've been hearing from all these years from organized real estate. You're still going to see the lies about COVID. Don't think COVID's out of the woods. COVID would be lied about in every angle to calm investors. What's the goal, people? Calm the investors. Who cares about the locals? Who cares about us? So this one is from a few days ago. Will COVID-19 crash our property markets? Currently, Australians are living through one of the most significant economic and social upheavals in history. Our economy has massively disrupted, and Australians are having to quickly adjust to new ways of living and working as governments urge us to keep our distance, stay at home, and stop the spread. And there is a lot of uncertainty about the future of our health and economy and our property markets. So, like I said, you know the guy from my precious, that guy from Lord of the Rings? Picture him with a house in Australia, like one of those $2.4 million houses in Australia with no bathroom in it. Like literally it has an outhouse in the back. There's no bathroom in the house. And it's old, and it's connected to two other houses in the middle, and the house is like, I think, 800 square feet. My precious. What about no auctions open for inspections? The Prime Minister announced, and I covered this, new restrictions on social gatherings, meaning open homes and property auctions are now banned. So, for people living in Iceland that are watching this, I know there's quite a few people that watch this on replay from Reykjavik. There's a couple of people that message me periodically from Iceland that watch me. And for them watching there, and maybe people watching this in Mexico, and maybe people watching this in North Korea, let me make an explanation for you guys so you guys understand. Auctions. People actually go out in droves to auction a property for millions of dollars. At what Michael Jordan's house? No. Heck, even Bette Midler's house? No. Okay, maybe Barbara Streisand's house for that much? No. Go to the channel when you're bored one day, when you're really bored through this COVID crisis we're going through. I'm going to show you something that's going to flip your lid. Go to the search, type in ripoff. Auckland housing ripoff, Toronto state ripoff, massive housing ripoff. $1.6 million for this. So a lot of people living in Iceland, for example, don't understand what this phenomena because I had an email from someone from Reykjavik. I can't pronounce the capital name of Iceland. I'm sorry. And he's been watching me. His name is Magnus. He's been watching me for years. He says, Mike, what's the deal with auctions? I don't understand why they have auctions from a home. It doesn't make any sense. I go, no, it doesn't. Because in the 80s and 90s, before Canada cut immigration from Europeans, people would go out and see a house and say, it's got a leaky roof, it needs a heater. You're asking $200 for the house. Can you do $180 and I'll fix the rest? I'll fix the house myself. So it passes inspection. Okay, you know what? We'll shake on that. I'll get the paperwork done. I'll do 180. I'm asking 200, but this is the reverse. This house here, okay? This house here, I did a video on. Hold on a second here. This house, look at this one. $5.5 million for this house in Vancouver. I did that video. But let me show you what they're selling here in Australia. This is the massive housing ripoff video I did. $5.5 million for this house right here. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2,000 square feet. Yep. $5.5 million in Vancouver for this. And it's down 500 grand. So let me find that house. There was one in Australia I really did. I was so upset when I saw this. When I saw this house, you want to watch this video because I actually go on a shopping spree and I actually start buying stuff that you could actually buy with that money, like a whole, like a jet airplane, a yacht, a mansion in Florida, all for the price of that one house, and you still have $2.5 million left over to live off the interest. And I can't look, and that house for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So watch that video, guys. Go to my channel and type in ripoff. There's one here from Australia that's so bad that I couldn't believe that people would go out and auction on this. No, it's not this one either. It's not this one either. There's one, this one, a garage for sale. A couple of $1 million for a garage in Toronto. Man, I know it's here. It's I think it's this one. No, I keep going to that one. I keep thinking it's that one. But watch these ripoff videos so you can see what people are paying. You know, because when I tell people, yeah, you know, people go on auction, they're like, auction for what, Mike? Auctioning for what? What are they auctioning for? To get ripped off is what it is. All right, let's keep going here. Yes, COVID-19 is going to bring ripple to the markets, if you want to know. Global coronavirus cases surpassed 900 large live updates. So death toll has exceeded 4,000. The number of confirmed cases surpassed 200 large. So there it is. Luckily, guys, we're lucky. China has no more cases. So it's finally over in China. So we know we got like 2.5 months to go in America before this thing gets cleared up. Virus shock to New Zealand's economy will be quantum greater than the GFC. The finance minister warns, that's the great financial crash. The finance minister warns the nation unemployment will be worse than during the fallout from 2008. So that's I think the New Zealand right now has some severely weak governance right now. All right, let's just skip that. What's happening in Canada and the world on Wednesday? So this is just, I guess, kind of a breakdown. Oh, there's the great leader. My leader. Here's the great leader here. The great leader speaking. I'm surprised this guy's still on the head of the World Health Organization. I can't believe it. How will COVID change the world? So this talks about housing and how they say there's going to be an adjustment in housing, and lockdowns will bring down markets. Wild animals wander through deserted cities under COVID-19 lockdown. Look at that! That's so cute. I don't know what the heck that is. It looks like a hyena? Is that what it's called? No, it's a civet cat. Has been spotted roaming the streets of Kazakh, state of Kerala in India on 27th of March 2020. Just wild animals hanging out. Hey man, what's going on? Where's this? This looks like South Florida. What are they singing? Oh, in South Florida I saw all kinds of stuff. Oh, look, a pig. Yeah, no, well, I used to go get gas at a gas station like 2 blocks from my house, and there'd be like a rooster like walking through the gas station. So like it's nothing, you know. It was a pig. Right. COVID-19 puts London property market recovery on hold. London, see, the timing was pretty bad on this. What London did in 2019, like spring of 2019, they did a huge investing in China in advertising. Come to London, come to England. They would show pictures of attractions, own in London, this and that. So London was doing a huge propagandizing in China to get more wealthy investors to move to England, to buy out properties that people can't afford to buy there. And it was working. Come late summer, London's housing market started to see an uptick. More bidding wars, more this was happening. And then COVID hit. And now London's back again in the same predicament. You can't depend on a foreign country to sustain your country. And that's what Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Western United States, and New York did. I'm gonna see if the McChronicle could come on. Oh, we got Steve the plumber in the comments. Thank you, Steve, for coming in, buddy. Let me see if I could get Steve. Steve, can you talk? McChronicle, can you talk? Who's available? Who's available to spread some love here? Las Vegas, first time in 8 months, housing inventory actually increase. Market already moving. Yep. Nevada is going to get hit pretty hard because what Nevada did, Nevada, Utah, Arizona. What they did was they did a lot of rent evictions in those states, especially Reno, Nevada. They kicked out a lot of tenants that have been there for 5-10 years to get in people from California and people from Oregon and Washington that would pay more rent. And then now look where they are now. With those steady old-timers renting those places out with steady pensions coming in, they would have been okay. But then they rent-evicted people that were good, that were there for years, and then they put in a bunch of people that went in there showing more money, but not showing the stability, right? Steve the plumber said he's not available. Sorry. And we got McChronicle's on the phone. Can't call in. Let's see if we got what's his name here. See who else we could call here. I want to call Gary. I like talking to Gary. Gary's a good guy. I hope Gary's not sleeping. I like talking to Gary. There we go. We chatted exactly a week ago. Come on, Gary. Come on the show. Oh, I got to do this again. Every time I go into my I got to adjust my settings every time I go into the stupid program. I don't know why. They don't just trust me that I have the right one set. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we could call somebody here. Get somebody on the show. Bring some life to this show. I've been on a downer, guys. I just had another friend, a classmate. It wasn't a classmate. He wasn't in my year class. He was in the year before me. And it's boys, passed away apparently a few days ago from COVID-19. It was the other guy that I told you guys about yesterday that passed away. He was 42. And I was shocked when I saw it on Facebook. I was like, I was blown away. And then apparently I just saw this on Facebook today that another friend of mine, classmate that was 1 year before me, he was a year younger because he was 41 when he passed away. And he died from complications of pneumonia. And he's like a bodybuilder. Is like he used to work into stunt doubling. He did a lot of stunt doubling in Toronto for movie companies and stuff. And I couldn't believe it that he passed away too. So like these are like two people that passed away. It's like one passed away a few days ago, but I didn't know till now, right? and it's a shock, people you grew up with and stuff, and you start seeing classmates fall off. There we go. We got some audio here. Let's see if Gary picks up the phone.
Hello.
Gary.
Hey, man. How are you?
Taj bon.
It's okay.
Good, good. So how's COVID treating you?
I don't know. So far, I haven't got it, so that's a good thing.
I'm saying, are you indoors? Have you been going out anywhere or?
No, not really. I'm indoors.
Yeah, yeah. So we've been talking about this. We've had you on the show like every week because I know you've been house hunting for a long time now. And now, don't you feel kind of good in a way, Gary, that you didn't buy anything now?
Absolutely, and I'm not going to be even looking in the market right now until this passes. So.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Owen's very happy too. Yeah, Owen's very happy too. Yeah,
house now in this market would be nuts, in my opinion.
The problem is our countries, Canada, all these English countries, they catered to other people's money. I don't know if you were listening to what happened in London. They started getting more and more foreign. They've been advertising in China for properties in London. It started to do well in the summer of 2019. And then after COVID kicks off, the sales are down. Now everything's falling apart in London again.
Yeah. Well, COVID's doing a lot of damage in more ways than one.
Yeah. So what do you see? What do you do? Tell us what you do to pass the time. Do you play video games? Do you read? What do you do? What do you do, Gary?
I'm just, chilling, really. I mean, I've been fixing up some computers and reprogramming some of my computers and stuff like that, and just keeping my brain going, right?
Yeah. Have you been reading lately?
Stuff online, I guess. Yeah, stuff to do with the market. That's always what I'm really focused on.
Good, good. Yeah, no, it's always good to hear from you. I know you were on the fence for a long time, waiting for a correction, and now it looks like we're gonna have one, but at what cost, right?
Yeah, it's it sucks that it took a virus to get this to happen. That's the only down part about all this.
Yeah, yeah, we keep propping up the markets. Do you honestly see, in your opinion, a decrease in foreign investing after this is over? Or do you think after this is over, more and more wealthy people want to get the heck out of those like communist countries and stuff and go somewhere safer?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's going to be a bit of both. I mean, I think people are going to be waiting on I think investors are going to be waiting on the sidelines to scoop up what happens, right? I mean, when the prices fall, then I think investors are always going to be there to scoop it up, right? That's what I think, anyway. I mean, I think there's always going to be people there to buy. I mean, I just hope things don't go crazy, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. That's what I want to ask you. So this is a very, very, very situation. Have you had any? Gary, I had 2 friends pass away from this thing.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's weird. It's people I kept in touch with through Facebook. I don't really. I kind of sit back and watch their posts. When people post online, you see, oh look, he's at the cottage. Oh look, he's barbecuing. Oh, I'm happy for the guy. But then, boom, a post comes up, and you're like, what? What? Rest in peace. Died to complications of pneumonia at 41.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, unfortunately, like I said, this virus is doing a lot of damage. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, maybe you just watch some of my older videos if you're bored, dude.
Well, for the most part, I've been watching everything. I mean, anything to do with housing. I have already checked out a couple older videos too. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just kind of watching listings right now and see where they're going. I know a lot of things now are selling or they're asking, which is, what it is. It is what it is there. Not by a lot yet, but it's starting.
So things are selling at asking now.
Asking, maybe even a bit lower than asking now.
Oh, yeah. So we're starting to see a little bit of a dip.
Yeah.
Huh. So the people that are walking away with what they can, I think they're the smart ones right now.
Yeah, well, you know what? The people who actually, did things right and bought a house and all that, I mean, I feel sorry for those people. But,
Yes.
People like foreign people that came in and took advantage of the market, and people who bought like one house, got a HELOC on it, bought a second house, got a HELOC on it, got a third house. Those people I don't feel sorry for, to be honest with you. It is what it is. They try to manipulate everything, and didn't do things legit, and now they're going to pay the price.
And what about the people that bought a house for their like 7-year-old kid because they could buy it for him because they're a student here, so they use the student and there was all this advertising all over the banks that students from China do not need to provide no income. And I don't know if you remember this, Gary. Do you remember when I tried to buy a building here in town and I was $30,000 short to buy it?
Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that.
So I own my house free and clear, and I said, well, we'll just take a mortgage on my house for the 30 grand, and I'll pay it back in a year. I mean, it's not a lot of money. I mean, it's I could pay it back, right? Because I'm not in debt, so I could pay back the 30 grand. I'm only 30 grand, and I'm going to buy a building, and you could also secure the building with the 30 grand that I'm buying, and you could secure my house too. And you know what they told me? No, we can't do nothing for you. But I have my credit is good. I have no gaps on file. I have no previous bankruptcies. I have everything's all R1. My credit score is around 770. My credit score isn't that high because I don't use a lot of credits, and I have no credits. I have credit that I've used, but I've paid it back, right? So they wouldn't give me 30 large to buy a building that they could have secured, and they could have secured my house. They could have got 2 for 1 for 30 grand. And they said no. But they're giving mortgages to students from China, and they don't have to prove their income. And they're giving them mortgages for $1 million house.
Yep, I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes.
So this is what I'm not understanding how it works. Yeah. Student Housing Investment says Nat Pacheco. Nat Pachuk is in the house here saying that. And then we have Brianna saying, oh, no. So Boom Bust Repeat is saying, it has got to be awkward to be an Airbnb superhost with tons of properties. So what's going to happen with Airbnb now that all these new entrepreneurs came into the scene, new business people came in and started this new Airbnb business to be lucrative and make a lot of money. Now, what are they doing?
Airbnb are all screwed. That's the end of that. They're all screwed big time, I think.
Gary, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, I could barely hear you.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, I could barely hear you. Yeah. So that's these Airbnb people. They're shafted, dude.
Yeah, they're done. They're finished.
Yeah, they're shafted. So I mean, that's what happens with any business, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Gary, I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to talk your ear off for a little while.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'm seeing that Kevin Thompson is back in the comments.
Yeah, Kevin Thompson is telling everyone to sell now.
Yeah, he's doing the opposite now. Figures,
Hey, just follow the curve, buddy. Follow the curve.
Yeah. So, exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, follow the curve, buddy. That's all you do. Anyways, Gary, you take care, stay safe, and we'll stay in touch with you, okay?
All right, man. You too.
God bless. Bye.
All right, you too.
That is Gary Medeiros, 2-time world champion. Lots of respect. Lots of respect for Gary. All right, what's going on in the comments here? Yeah, Airbnb crush. Airbnb was a disaster from day one. Of course, it was too heavily hinged on tourism, right? It's a very risky. I mean, if I was to buy a property for investment purposes, look at it, see how close it is to schools, kind of take that angle with it. I would never do the whole Airbnb thing. Too dependent on tourism. COVID-19 Black Swan event. Oh, look at the Black Swan in the water. Where we are now, they say a week is a long time in politics. And that may well be the case. But last week was probably the longest on record for the UK housing market. The speed at which we have moved from recovering an optimistic housing market to one in complete lockdown has been staggering. Good. There were UK was investing and popularizing themselves. UK was popularizing their country in China to get more foreign money in. in the spring of 2019. It worked. People were coming in and parking their money in England. But then COVID came. But the UK local doesn't have to worry. The London local doesn't have to worry because they have more food banks than they do Subway sandwiches and McDonald's and Dairy Queen put together. Yes. Metal Gear Mark III says, I don't think they have 5G in Italy. No, they don't. They've brought it. They've brought it to the table, but it's been shot down twice in Italy. 5G. There was two mentions of it when it came to in like bringing it in, and it was shot down by the Italian government twice. So Brianna Matthew says, cool, I was born in Guelph. I went to a nightclub once in Guelph, Ontario called, I think, Studio 54? Yeah, it was actually called Studio 54. I think that's what it was called. I think it was in Guelph. Anyways. Coronavirus, live updates, U.S. cases, top 200 large. Georgia issues shelter-in-place in order. So we got this guy, and I don't know if they're just talking here like we are talking here. Global cases, more than 932 large. This is going to be a huge crunch. Here's the United States of America. Like here, look at New York, man. Whew. Lots of students go to school in New York that come from overseas. Lots. California's you know. And Florida is going, that spring break party in Florida, man, that ruined everything in Florida. You know how many people are getting caught with or getting sick with coronavirus that went to that spring break in Florida we saw on TV? Yeah, Club 54 in Burlington. I'm sorry. Club 54 in Burlington. Emma Murdy is right. She's in the comments there. I got people from all over watching this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a message here on the side here from my man Magnus in Reykjavik, Iceland, saying, yes, Mike, thanks for mentioning my name. I love your show. Your English is amazing and it's easy to understand. Yes, I never understood the wait or the purpose of waiting in an auction to buy a house. Yeah, it's a rare phenomenon. Ireland, never seen this phenomena before until 2 years ago, where this rare phenomena in Dublin started appearing, where people were bidding on homes, standing outside and people walking by are like, what the hell is going on here? Oh, this house is for sale. So what? Why is everyone standing out here bidding on it like it's the end of the world if they don't buy this house? Terry C said he got no notification. So here it is, guys. Look at Florida. The cases in Florida just blow up. And look at New Jersey. What? It's like 3 miles from New York, depending on what side of the river you're on, or what side of the water you're on. Wow. U.S. auto sector.
Looking for the best travel rewards credit cards?
Travel rewards
Introducing CNBC Select, the authority on all things credit
Oh my
cards.
God. This
We
is
do
so
the
good.
research, you reap the
Guys,
rewards.
you know what? Travel
Head
rewards credit card. Oops.
on over to
Let me tell you
cnbc.com
something about travel rewards credit card. A week before this whole COVID thing kicked off, like in late December, I actually decided to take my travel air miles that I had on my credit card and just pay off the balance owing on my credit card. Like, I bought a lot of stuff for Christmas, for the store. The store did decently well for crypto, believe it or not. So what I did was I just took, hey, I got some points here I racked up through the year. I just paid off the entire balance of my credit card and didn't save it for a trip. Why? Because I already knew something was going to come down. Now those reward credit cards, they're being cashed in for like 3 times less the value. So I was lucky on that standpoint that I cashed them in at the right time. Anyways.
/select and take control of your money.
We are just facing a high level of uncertainty, and it's all about how this plays out in terms of the stay-at-home orders and really getting the country and consumers back to some level of normality. I think the numbers that we're going to see in March, we were partnered with the J.D. Power folks, so we're in lockstep kind of with that 35 to 40% decline that we expect in March. I think because the situation deteriorated so quickly here over the last 2 weeks, we're really looking at April as being a point that's going to be much.
Fiat Chrysler stock at 750. 719, sorry, down 51%.
Worse than March before we start to see any improvement. So I think, again, kind of following that pattern that we've seen in other parts of the world, things are going to get worse before they get better here.
At least some of these financial guys are on the pulse with this and understand this is something that's not going to, like you said, it's like trying to stop a wave in the ocean. It's like trying to stop the wind. It's going to happen.
In the U.S.
But do you think April would see the bottom to the cycle and things will start picking up May onwards? Because we've just had Goldman Sachs come out and forecast that Q2 GDP will fall even more significantly than expected earlier, down 34%. So do you think that this pain could be prolonged?
We're going to see a massive contraction in GDP. It's going to go in negative territory. U.S. President Donald Trump speaks during the White House COVID press briefing while flanked by Attorney General William Barr. Well, I really hope these guys, I mean, the future is in their hands, right? The New York City has become the epicenter of COVID in the U.S. with over 47,000. We already did this already. We went over this. We want to find out the economic impacts and housing. U.S. housing market shows strength before COVID outbreak. Again, now in America, they did a different strategy. America was just going to keep building more homes and trying to build themselves out of this problem, right? With the amount of empty homes along the West Coast, they were needing supply in the Midwest, central parts of America, Texas. They were needing more housing with the amount of massive influx of people leaving California, Oregon, and Washington State. So that brought an influx of people east. And oh wow, this house in California is $1.6 million. I could buy this house here for $265,000. Wow, look at that. You know, maybe I'm a professional. I don't mind taking a cut and pay because it's gonna cost me less to live. When it costs you less to live, you don't mind a cut and pay as long as you're happy and comfortable, right? So, no Skype tonight. Yeah, Scotty, we got Skype. Let's see who we got coming in tonight. Let me see who. Everybody's got Do Not Disturb on right now. Too much Do Not Disturb. There's like 140 people on Skype here. Hold on a second here. And there's hundreds of people that are on Do Not Disturb. We're going to get a man from Japan on the show. I'm going to try and get him on next week because he was talking to a lot of people and a lot of people were like listening to what he was saying about you could buy a place in Tokyo for like 80 grand, 140 grand in a really good area, a decent area, or you could be outside of Tokyo and you could buy a nice starter home for like 40 grand. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's been in Japan for a lot of years. Remember, Japan's been in this massive stagnation, but Japan didn't sell off their property to China and raise the prices and make everybody basically broke. Japan didn't do that, see, which was a good thing. They protected their own way of life, right? Man, I got like 100 people wanting to add me on Skype. Okay, let's see who this is. Accept. All right. Let me see. I'm going to accept people here. There's a lot of people here that want to add me on Skype. And I don't know who they are, right? So I just add them, and then eventually I call them or they call in. And let me just go through this. Wow, this is just huge. Oh, let me talk to my friend Jasmine. She's working. Or they're making her work. Let's see if she picks up. Let's see if she picks up. No, she's not. She's offline. Okay, no biggie. Because she's actually being told to work, and I think she's in non-essential. And she lives in Vancouver, so I'm just trying to find out from her what the heck she's doing that has to work. Like, because that's kind of scary. That is very scary, having to go into work. Let's see if my man Supremo do not disturb is on. So no, real German instincts. No one's going to debate nobody. 26 Gunter in the house. Nobody. Everybody's away from their phones today. Everyone's in quarantine, but everyone's away. That's okay. I'm with you guys tonight. We got to get Layla to call in on Mike in the Night, guys, if possible. I actually want to see if she's doing okay. I know she's in Syria right now, and I really hope she's doing okay. I really, really, really hope she's Someone just messaged me on Skype asking me if I could Twitter them. Like, I don't have Twitter, guys. The problem I think Twitter's just for celebrities. I don't know. I have like Instagram and stuff. All right, let's keep going. U.S. housing market shows strength before COVID outbreak. Washington, routers. U.S. home building fell less than expected in February as a plunge of construction of multifamily housing units was blunted by a surge in single-family projects, suggesting some strength in the housing sector before the COVID pandemic severely disrupted the economic activity. The report from the Commerce Department on Wednesday also showed permits for the future construction of single-family homes racing to their highest level since 2007, as well as strong gains in the housing completions and inventory. So we're going to start to see an oversupply in the markets. We're going to start to see a big oversupply in the markets. Guys, who wants to hear I Love China?
I love China.
Get our soundboard, Donald Trump.
China. I love China.
Guys, could everybody behave in the comment section, please? I just need everybody to calm down in the comments, please. Because we're all in this together. It doesn't matter how you see it, but we're all in this one way or another. Either we go together or we're all everyone fighting for themselves. All right, what do we got here? Anyway, so here it is, guys. We're seeing that. Will COVID-19 have an impact on the housing market? Here's what RBC thinks. This is from yesterday. I really don't care what organized banking sector has to say or what they think, because they just want it to work. And to me, this is a form of treason because of all these organized real estate, organized, what do you call it? Fake news, all this stuff. It's treason because we had the jump on this late December when we knew this was going to get out of hand. We had the jump on this. We could have done something about this, and we could have lowered the numbers. We could have lowered the infection rate. We could have slowed this down to a crawl, but we didn't. Why? Because of money. You were sold out to money. Your country was sold out to money. The home you could have bought was sold out to money, was sold out to the highest bidder. Donaire is saying in the comments, I am a hermit. I enjoy self-isolation. We got... Walking Journey will have him on trends in the housing market if he wants to come in. Yeah, so what's happening is a lot of comments in the comments section. A lot of in the comments section, what's been happening is what's happening, it's being auto censored by the YouTube bots, so it's not us censoring people on here. Yeah, McChronicle says exactly, Mike. Our leaders got too big for their bridges and only cared about their buddies. That's it. Pulling strings for friends, right?
I love China.
All right. Okay. Let's see who we got. Let me see. Okay, there's somebody here I want to get on the show right now. And I'm kind of concerned. He's a forensic pathologist. Oh, it's ringing. Thank God. Okay, it's at least ringing. It's ringing at least. Usually we, like last show, we got like 70, like literally 25 people on the show on Mike in the Night. We had quite a few people on Mike in the Night. And it was really good. Mike in the Night was really good. We had a lot of guests on. But you know, it is a Wednesday night. But what is everybody doing on a Wednesday night if they're not watching Mike in the Night? I mean, if they're not watching trends in the housing market, right? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Moby. I haven't had Moby on here in years. Well, not years. Let's see if he picks up. Moby's good. He's a good guy to have in the show once in a while. He brings that... Cue the loud Skype tone. Sorry, boss. It's for some reason, every time I have a guest on the show, they're always louder than me. It's weird.
I love China.
Yeah, there's nobody around. Everybody's busy doing their stuff tonight. Couldn't be watching Mike in the Night. Okay, so let's move on from that article. Who cares? Will Ottawa's red-hot housing market withstand COVID-19? Again, my precious. This housing market is my precious. That's all they care about is the housing market. Why? Because construction, the economy. We're going to see a huge contracted economy. We're going to see tons of empty homes. The bank's going to repossess a ton of houses. Why? Because people bought at the top. And what's the top? Hey, we're not at the top. Jasmine, I've been trying to call you. Pick up your phone. So we got my girl Jasmine here. Let's see if she picks up. She's probably at work. Maybe I'll get her to call me back if she can on the show here. Real German's instincts, you are not entertaining. I'm trying my best here, man. And all right, let's go over this. As March fades in the rear view and forecasts start to emerge of COVIDs. Oh, guys, we're gonna get the first year's quarterly report in 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks. Wow, that's gonna be a shocker. And I think the second quarter is gonna be worse. Third quarter might ease up, and then at the end of the year, we might. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Someone's saying the phone. Sanjay is asking, how much does it drop? Prediction. It depends where you are, and it depends how heavily are you bought out of your own market. The more heavily bought out you are of your own market, what you need to do is take what you make in 4 years, okay? And that won't even work in Canada because that would be way too high for a property. It would have to go down a lot. Okay, if wages were tied to housing in Canada, housing needs to go down. I did a video on that, Sanjay. If you go on my channel, I actually did a video about that the other day, discussing, and I actually took numbers of, no, let's go back here. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, there's my dashboard, guys. Everybody could see it. And I got my AdSense back. Had a long written, any updates from the China guest, Mike? Nobody. No updates. So, guys, I'm happy to say, as of 2 days ago, my AdSense like reset, and it's coming back. I was at $5 AdSense the other day, and then I went yesterday morning, and I was like, oh, something was wrong with AdSense. So my AdSense is back. It's not much. Like I said, it pays my internet, my electricity, and that's about it. That's all it pays. But still, you know, putting 50 hours a week, I mean, you should get at least $80 a week in AdSense, right? All right, guys, here we go. Sanjay, I made a video. It's right here. This one. Housing correction coming soon. The elevator is like a crank elevator. Sanjay, I'm going to leave a link in the comments here for you. There we go. That video is for you to watch. Okay, someone's shotgun blast saying, don't talk poop about my politics and positions unless you're willing to defend yours. I have no idea where that came from. And then someone says to me, your positions are weak, pathetic, and I'll destroy you in a debate. That's Lower Scratcher said, I thought you were making $1,000 a month in AdSense. Oh, no way. Like $400. I got my AdSense working again. I don't have nothing to hide from you guys. I don't care. I love you guys anyway. You guys want to see everyone do well, right? I don't do well. Here it is. So I got it back from $5, $410 Canadian. So that's $320 American I make. Here it is. I have nothing to hide. I make 300, that's not even 320 American. No, that's less. That's not even 300 American a month. That's like 280 American a month I make from AdSense. And like I said, it pays my internet, it pays my electricity, and it helps me fix my computer when it breaks down and buy stuff for it, you know? Then Shotgun Blast says, you assume we are talking about you always. Shotgun Blast says, the convo is about you, Mike. I know it's about me. Oh, let's check some house prices in Florida. Dave sent me $2.99 Canadian after he found out that I make $80 a week on AdSense Canadian. He felt bad, so he sent me $3. Oh, here we go. We got 26 Gunter calling me. How are you, my brother?
Doing pretty good.
So we got 26 Gunter calling in from Wisconsin here.
Yes, sir.
So, how are things shaping up here? What are you? Okay, well, what are you doing? What have you been doing in quarantine lately?
Just kind of reading, working out, weighing my options, whether I want to wait this thing out, because I'm doing online schooling, but I have to test in person, like troubleshooting computers and networking and that, and kind of can't do that with the quarantine in effect. So I'm just looking at a couple of factory jobs right now. I still am working part-time, but my hours have been slashed over the past couple of weeks. Typically would work 24 hours a week, like on the weekend, and now it's down to 12, and then next week I only have 7 hours.
Okay.
But other than that, just kind of waiting to see when a hard quarantine is finally gonna come.
Yeah. And hard quarantine. Oh, Timothy Cook just sent me $2 Australian because he publicizes the fact that they failed. Because he publicized the fact that they failed. I got $2 Australian for that. All right, continue.
Well, to stay on topic, Wisconsin housing starts are up 8% year over year. In my parents' neighborhood, they've had just had a new house start. They got the basement foundation started on it. In Milwaukee, HSBC or was it BMO? One of those banks. They're finishing construction on a 25-story tower, and apparently it'll be done within a couple weeks, and tenants are already ready to move in. So I don't guess the virus has really affected construction.
So construction is still going on.
Yep.
Huh.
However, the governor got reamed today for still allowing the Democratic primary to happen.
Wait. They're in the stadium they're in a stadium doing that? Like for people
No.
Are they on stage and stuff and there's people watching and cheering in the crowds like you're talking about?
I don't know how they conduct the primaries. I don't vote in them.
Okay.
So
because usually, they're on stage and then like for Hillary Clinton they put a green screen and they put all these fake people in the crowd. But
So I don't know how they will conduct it. I know I've been hearing a lot about like absentee voting lately. It's been a huge increase in it.
Yeah, absentee voting. I read about that. But would that lead to voter fraud?
It probably does. I'm not surprised. Which I know over the past couple decades it's been heavily pushed. So I wouldn't be surprised that there is a lot of fraud associated with it.
Steve Stevens is asking a question. There is BMO Bank in the USA?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Scotiabank. Like Scotiabank is in the Caribbean. Scotiabank. I had a Scotiabank account in Mexico, in Acapulco, like a bank account in Mexico. It was Scotiabank.
There's a branch in my town actually.
Of Scotiabank?
Of BMO.
Oh, Bank of Montreal. Yeah. Yeah.
I think they sponsor
sports and stuff, right?
Either the Green Bay Packers or the Milwaukee Bucks. I think
it's the Milwaukee Bucks.
But not much going on. Today was a nice day, nice and sunny. People were out. Had a little more traffic on the roads. Went to the grocery store. Wasn't really busy.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a week's worth of gloominess coming our way, so there'll be a lot less traffic. And I guess now they're factoring in at the restaurant I work at, we're going to be getting a lot less drive-through sales, so that's probably why I'm getting hours cut. And really they have enough full-time workers. They really don't even need part-timers. And in fact, all the teenagers they had working there, they pretty much have them sitting at home. So yeah, my best bet would probably be working full-time in a factory right now. I'm not hurting for money or anything. I don't have any debt.
You're like me.
I'm just kind of waiting to see how things go for the next couple of months. And I would really like to get my hands on a little more gold, double the amount of gold I have. But
no, I don't blame you. A lot of people, physical gold's getting a really tough to fill the orders in physical gold. I had from the Canadian Bullion, it's like Canadian Bullion Exchange or whatever. It's just the name is called Canadian. It doesn't mean it's part of the government of Canada. But my friend oversees some operations there, and he told me, he's like, Mike, we have orders to fill that are going to set the orders to fill that is going to set us back 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. I typically buy from SD Bullion. Them, JM Bullion, they have order delays for 15 days or longer. I might buy from APMEX. They typically have the highest premiums, but when you look at all the three of the sites, it's like, well, do you want to get some in your hands, or do you want to, wait 2-3 weeks and potentially run into a hard quarantine where the postal service could be put out? So
that's exactly why I stopped my online eBay business. It was doing really well for me, like really well. And that's done. I haven't done that in 3 weeks now. So that dried up. And I didn't want to take the risk of the postal service shutting down. And it's already seized up in some provinces where I'm in Canada. And next week, it's going to get even worse. So I didn't want to lose and then have to refund people because their package didn't arrive. I usually do refund people when their package doesn't arrive. But I just didn't want to do it full, and have to take the chance. And me having to take the chance to go out and mail it and catching COVID when I mail something, right? And you don't want to catch COVID picking up the mail, right?
Yep. I'm kind of not as worried about it as I was. I have asthma, so it makes me a little more vulnerable to it. And I'm just kind of like at the point, I don't, there's nothing really I can do. If the mail's contaminated, it's contaminated. If somebody's coughing in line at Walmart, then I get it.
That reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons where that guy in China coughed inside a box, and then Bart opened it and got sick. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, we got Red Pill Gary in the comments saying the mints are shutting down because of the virus too.
I've heard that, so I only expect metal to keep going up. Physicals anyway.
Well, physicals is always going to find a way to the moon. I'm not doubting that one bit. What I'm doubting is the ability to transport it may be a problem soon.
Yep. Another thing I'm having a hard time finding is 7.62 by 39 bullets. Can find any other type of ammunition, just not 7.62 by 39. I don't know if anybody would have any idea as to why that is not in stock anywhere.
Really? But, can't you buy those bullets on Amazon? I mean, do they sell bullets on Amazon?
I don't think they do.
Okay.
But you can get any other kind of ammunition, especially ammo for ARs, 5.56.
Right. Why don't you buy something else, like some other another gun, so that you could actually have readily available ammunition?
Oh, I do. I have quite a variety. I even have types of ammo for weapons I don't even have, just for to trade or whatever.
So Quark Nog is saying 4 out of 5 big refiners in Switzerland are shut.
Well.
So that's a big deal too, because they supply about 36% of Europe with its fine gold, right?
Yep.
So that could be a front for Switzerland to hoard some of that gold too. They don't want the fiat. I'd rather have the gold in the fiat, right? That's just me.
Expecting the sky to start falling one day here soon at the markets and everything, and I don't know, just kind of waiting for something exciting to happen. I'm getting kind of bored.
Well, here's the deal. There's one thing that could fix this problem. It starts with a W, 3-letter word. What is it?
War.
That's right.
That's what I see happening. We're gonna have this massive unemployment, and like earlier, people were saying, the Fed put out 32% unemployment, that'll be the U3 rate, the official, quote unquote official. Well, if you look at the U6, the real rate, it'll be double, if not higher than that.
That's correct.
They'll probably start, well, at first the military will need volunteers, but then they'll start a draft.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I already did my time. I'm not too interested in going off to fighting in China, so I'd rather sit back here and protect things. That's what's most important.
well, family's key. Family's key to living a comfortable life is family, right? Good family. You know, keeping tabs on everyone, taking care of everybody. You know, just being there for everybody. Use this time off, you know, to read and even meditate, man.
But I keep looking at properties. We've had probably about a 10 to 20% cut on properties throughout the state. Not everywhere, but in some locations. And this one thing kind of driving me to go back to work full time and just forget about school and, you know, just go work 60, 72 hours a week. Just do that for months and, you know, maybe get some couple acres of land, buy it with cash. Maybe start slowly building a house or something while there's still time to.
Yeah. I've always wanted to build one of those underground bunkers, like you could buy so many of those like things, like those containers. You know those containers they used to build homes?
Yeah, like a shipping container.
I've seen them actually convert those into underground bunkers, and man, are they ever it's so cool how they do it. They just dig a hole, drop it in, have an access hatch. Sometimes they even make an access hatch from the inside of their basement in their house.
Yeah, I know. During the recession, they were kind of shown off people making homes out of shipping containers, and they were fairly cheap, cheap too.
And that would be nice, you know. Pour the concrete, like dig the hole, put the shipping container in 3 feet below or 4 feet below ground, maybe 5 if you want to get risky.
Yep.
Put some ventilation coming up, weld in some ventilation coming up to the surface. Pour concrete around it. Have your entrance hatch from somewhere else. Oh man, you could even do the classic Dorothy style Kansas homes with the trap doors. Like they use the trap doors there, like to go down into, like they have in the Wizard of Oz. You know, when they go under the home. But instead of doing that, you go into your tin can. Right.
Yep.
But I think that's something you should look into if you have a big backyard. Because I know you guys, like in Wisconsin and stuff, when you buy a home, you get a bit of land with it, right?
Generally, the plots are fairly large. In town, they're more about half an acre or smaller, but out kind of towards the
that's like 7 homes in Toronto
boundary
right there.
Of city limits. You're looking at close to an acre, if not an acre. Like around the neighborhood my parents live, they have some pretty big lots.
Yeah.
In fact, one of our neighbors, they have their house on one, and they bought the lot next to them just to increase the size of their yard.
There you go. You have big parties, barbecues, pool, tennis courts. And you're lucky because you're in the United States. Unlike in Canada and Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, we can't do what you guys do. We just can't do it. We're completely bought out of our markets.
Yeah. What I think is wrong with a lot of people in the U.S. is they don't prioritize their finances. You know, they're too busy focusing on having a good time, and they go, oh well. And especially like millennials and younger, you know, they don't focus on saving money, which, you know, they have this whole, you know, idea in their head that you got to get an interest rate. Well, I've been just saving my money in my regular bank account, getting paid, you know, 3-4 cents a month by Chase. You know, most of the time I'm not concerned about the interest rate. It's just holding on to money to where you can finally pay for something.
Right. Layaway.
And, you know, housing's still fairly cheap in my area. Of course, you know, a lot of people want to live in and around the big cities, and so you're going to be looking at $200,000 to $300,000 for something for, you know, like a 4-person family. And, you know, I understand somebody coming out of college with all the debt, like, yeah, that you can't afford that. My little brother couldn't even afford his rent, you know, where he was living, so he had to move back home.
Well, that's okay. Maybe this was a little godsend to get him back home.
Oh, I kept telling him for years, I was like, you know, why don't you just stop with school for now, get a job, take care of your debt, and then go back.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting in a good place. He got a promotion at his job, and now he's starting to get his debt paid. But now he's asking me for advice on investing in the market. I'm like, look, it's not even bottomed out yet. Just wait. Don't buy in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just wait at me. I'm saying maybe 3 more weeks we're going to see the bottom of this market.
He's looking at all these kind of get rich quick schemes. And
tell him to wait up till midnight, turn on the cable television, and you'll be watching all kinds. Hey, do you own your house? Or, hey, have you ever wanted to make $1 million and you couldn't? Well, buy this book, Well, tell him to wait till midnight and you get one of those.
And I'm like, just go work a job on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to work that many hours, 12, 16 hours, and that's extra money in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's the kind of different mentality, or the mentality between him or even my older brother. I always would go out and just work too much and get burned out. Then finally I decided, I was like, well, I'll go to school. I'll put my brain to use. It's going to go into IT, and now this happens. I'm like, well, I may as well just go back to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. All right.
But then too, you kind of on the flip side of it is, I might be able to get 2 or 3 weeks of full-time employment, and then we finally get a hard quarantine.
Yeah.
So
you're toast.
Yep.
Well, you saved. You're smart. You're ready to go. So just take it easy. Breathe. Relax. Things are gonna be okay. You're on the right side of things, so you're okay. You're gonna be okay.
I'm never relaxed, Mike. I'm always on edge.
Yeah, it's
I'm always ready to go when the time comes. So I'm as prepared as I can be for right now.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do another grocery store run next week. Get a few odds and ends, some things I can freeze.
Okay, fair enough. Just keep strong. Keep us on the pulse. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods all the time. Well, come on Mike in the Night this Saturday if you're awake, and we're going to be discussing the psychological stress behind this on everybody, and how it's by this Saturday, a lot of people will be discussing, I've read books that I thought I never would in my life, things like that. So we could get down to that, you know what I'm saying?
I enjoyed the whole psychology of everything going on. Mm-hmm. Should have some interesting discussions this Saturday. So
I hope I get a lot of first time callers in.
I'm spreading the word. I keep telling people about you.
You gotta check this guy out, man. This guy, I don't know, man. He's just running this thing off of YouTube, and he's doing his own thing, and he's he's got some weird syndication on YouTube, and YouTube hates him and demonetizes him all the time. But yeah,
Yeah, I was just telling people, I was like, I participated in a 6-hour-long YouTube show, and even though our call was only like 7 minutes long, I'm like, and I'm a moderator on there, so you guys should go on and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Okay, no biggie. Well, I appreciate you spreading the word, buddy, because this channel does not get out unless you guys share something, because this is one of the this is like one of the bad guy channels, even though I'm not putting anybody down. You know what I mean, right? It's considered a bad boy channel for why?
Yeah, I expect other people to start getting hit. Once they start crossing that 10,000 subscriber threshold, YouTube will start hitting them. That probably doesn't even matter anymore. The censorship's getting so extreme.
Well, I used to make a decent income on this. Now I'm barely making 400 Canadian. You saw that. I showed that to everybody there. 400 Canadian is like $290 US. And that's a month. And that's like basically me putting in 50 hours, 40 hours a week. So I do it for everybody, right? So I just do it for, I just hope that people could get the message, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But you do good work, Mike. What is it that they say about people who put the truth out there?
Oh, they're always it's like the good guys finish last type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like that. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm happy. That's the key. I'm happy. Are you
Yeah.
happy?
Oh, not really, but that's kind of my own fault.
Yeah, but you're happy. Trust me. You're on the right side of things right now. Just trust me on this. You are on the right side of things.
Well, I hope I've made some better decisions over the past 2 years. I would have liked to have bought more silver and gold. Maybe had a little bit more saved. But
It's okay. You know what it coulda, shoulda. Don't dawn on that. It's nothing you could do. Just look forward to the future and make a strong one.
at least I'm not into the financial shape of some people. I hear a lot of people talk about how they live paycheck to paycheck or up to their eyeballs in debt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
like, why are you going out every Friday night? Just stay home for a little bit.
Yeah.
Save some money.
I know. It's all about that. It's all about. Yeah, I know. But people have to go through that sometimes in life to realize. Yeah. Anyways, all right, boss. I'm gonna let you go now. 26 Gunter, and I want to appreciate you. I appreciate you very much for coming on and giving us an update on what's going on. And hopefully you come out on Saturday, give us an update on the numbers. They're probably going to double by then, but I hope not.
Yeah, I'm expecting over 2,000, probably
Please
around
don't
2,500. It's getting close to where we're adding 200 cases a day now. So was it by Saturday? It'd be another maybe 600, if not more. So between 2,000 and 2,500, and the death rate seems to be about 2%. So,
All right. Well, keep us updated. We'll see you Saturday.
take her easy, Mike.
Take care, brother. Bye. That is 26 Gunter from Wisconsin calling in, giving us an update on what's happening. Here, I think Jasmine just messaged me here on Skype. I want to ask her if she's like, what are you doing at work? Oh, it's ringing, guys.
Hi, Mikey.
Jazzy, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Good. You're live right now, and
Yes.
oh, good. I wanted to ask you, what do you do? Are you working or are you non-essential? Are you essential? What's going on?
I'm working from home.
Okay,
But
you're okay then.
yeah, I'm working from home, and the company is I'm part of a service department in selling office furnitures that we sell to essential services.
Oh,
So
okay.
like hospitals, so Vancouver Coastal Health, Burnaby General Hospital, Fraser Health, all that. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. Okay, good. That's good to know. Okay, that's because I remember you telling me in a conversation we had that you were I'm like, well, working really? So, you still work at a checkout counter?
Yeah, I'm on call auxiliary for BC Liquor Store.
What does that mean? Call auxiliary?
On call auxiliary, it's like they call you because it's a credit, it's not a credit, it's a union,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a union, and they have to call you based on your seniority. So I'm on call. So if let's say all the regulars called in sick, they can't go in to work, and they get to my name, I get called, I have to go in and work. But they give you hand sanitizer, they give you mask, and they give you the gloves. So, but I'm not allowed to pack people's beers and wine anymore.
What do you
I
mean
think
tap?
no, like not tap. I'm not allowed to pack.
Pack or
Pack.
bag stuff for people.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So,
and do you wear gloves and a mask when you do that or no?
yes.
Oh, you're okay.
They
All
give
right.
it to you now. Yeah.
As long as they, Okay, so what are you seeing? What have you seen? I know you live in the city of Vancouver. Have you seen long lineups at stores for groceries? Is there toilet paper? What's going on? Give us a little bit of a rundown.
Well, the last time I went into a store, which was like this past weekend to save on foods, it wasn't it's starting to like stock back up, but I don't know because I have enough toilet paper. but I'm looking for like, meat and vegetables. The price has definitely gone up. Um, and I don't know. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, like it's still quite like yeah. If I go to Famous Foods on Kingsway and Night there, I still have to line up. I still have to stay 2 meters away from the person in front of me. It's 50, like on the smaller storefront, it's 50 people limited. I don't know about the larger stores because I haven't gone into like the real Canadian Superstore. I haven't gone in there. I don't know. So I try to go to the small store and, be conservative what I eat on a daily basis. And I don't have to make numerous trips, right? So for example, this past weekend, I usually have deli ham in the morning for breakfast. So what I did was I asked the deli person at Save on Food to give me 20 slices, but 5 slices per bag. So I can buy it, put in the freezer, thaw it out the next day from a Sunday to a Monday.
Yeah, I
Then
see what you're saying.
have
So
that.
you're overcompensating just in case. What happens
Yeah.
if we go into a hard quarantine, like where you could go out once a week just for food, and you go there and it's like empty shelves? What's going to happen then?
I don't know. I hope we don't get to that point. Um, like even both myself and Hiroshi, we are craving like sushi. We're craving like Chinese food. So it's hard. Even Chinese food, went there. They're like, yeah, we can give you like 10% off. And I feel horrible because I'm like, oh man, this is bad, right? And I have to make sure I give them lots of tips because they live off from tips, right? Restaurants, in the Lower Mainland. So it's hard. I don't know what to say. It's quite shocking for me to just experience this whole thing. When my company says, "Oh, you have to work from home," I started like emotionally. I couldn't comprehend in my brain. I couldn't comprehend it. My coworker, however, he was laid off. It was really, really upsetting for me too. But the good thing for me is, yeah, I get to, you know, be cross-trained in a 2 different departments. So that's why they kind of put me in charge as the most valuable person in this particular role.
Good for you.
So I was able to keep my job, right? So because they did give me a temporary layoff paperwork as of last Monday,
Good.
but I wasn't laid off, so that was good.
That's good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear that you got everything kind of sorted for now. Hopefully, again. I think they're gonna have to start. I'm gonna tell you this because this is something that came on the wire for me here. I've been looking at it on the side. I have a message here from somebody here that people that went to Mexico, that went for vacation from anywhere from the 1st of February to the end of March need to be tested for COVID.
Oh, right away.
They need to go get
Okay.
tested, yeah, because apparently you don't show signs for a couple of weeks, even a couple of months, from what I heard, right? So what's been happening is a lot of people are arriving from these all-inclusive trips, but they're not self-quarantining themselves and they're going back to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It must be mandatory now, I think.
Well, because Mexico is
They
really
have
remember Mike in the Night? They're under testing. They're not like testing for this. They are,
No,
but
I
they're
did
not
not know
testing
that.
like New York is.
They're
New
not
York-
like testing all the time. They're
Right.
just letting it pass by.
Yeah,
It's not
they're
good.
letting it through, right? So basically, especially when it's tourists, they just want to get them out of the country. They don't want to test them and have them stuck in a Mexican hospital, right? So a lot of people actually came back in the last couple of months from Mexico that basically didn't quarantine themselves. So it's really scary, especially when you could hold this for 4 to 6 weeks in you, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I don't know. It's really crazy. I wish this would go away soon.
Yeah,
Like,
I really
seriously.
I really wish God hears you on this. I really do, Jasmine. I really do, because I want you and Hiroshi to come up this summer, do some barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure. Absolutely. Just let us know when and message him and he got a new job, so it's pretty good.
Good
I
for
really
him. I am happy, but I just want this, like you said, I want this thing to go bye-bye so we could
Yeah,
we
we
could
can,
yeah, move
you know, move forward, right? Cuz like from the beginning of January to now, it's just been crazy. Like it's like can we just press restart for 2020? Like can we do that?
Push the
We
reset
can't.
button for 20 because 2020 is. I know you've been watching trends. I mean, that Mike in the Night. 2020
Yeah,
has been a disaster.
it's been horrible. Horrible. I couldn't celebrate Chinese New Year that I wanted to because I was like kind of starting to hear certain things in the rumblings down the chute, and then now it's like complete halted, right? Because I think in my opinion, us in British Columbia and Canada per se, we focus on the pipeline way too long for the month of February, which is ridiculous. We should have focused on the fact that, um, you know, it's a crisis in middle of mainland China, but nobody wants to seem to believe it. And of course, the WHO guy, the guy who is the front man, he was the total scapegoat of every single interview.
Didn't I say that on day one?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think he was bought for sure. He was bought by that guy in China who's ruling China. And, I am Chinese. I am not from mainland China, but I was born and raised in Malaysia and Singapore, and I lived in Taiwan for 2 years. And then I immigrated to Canada at 9 years old. So I consider myself as Chinese Canadian. But, I do feel that, in general, they shouldn't have lied for at least 20 days up front with their Chinese media. It was all lies after lies after lies. And then they finally had to go public.
But you know what the problem is?
too late.
Canada and Australia is weak. They'll be like, oh, yes, China, we believe you. We don't want to look
Right.
racist. And look where Canada is now.
Right. But we focus on the pipeline, like the railroads was closed, and everybody was all like, hey, you never asked permission to go through the pipeline through the, First Nation land. Like, what the hell, you need to talk to the First Nation chiefs and all that. We focus way too much and too long on something that didn't need to happen.
Right.
At that time. Like, that could have been, like, we could have literally prevented all these pandemic situation in every single province if we were really, focused on the current events worldwide, not just BC, not just Alberta, not just, Quebec, right? We need to really open our eyes and look at, all these countries are what they're doing, right? So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, even with the housing market, it's crap. It's crap. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't FOMO. I'm glad I didn't buy into it because, like you said, the insurance will not cover your insurance in the housing, right? Or the condo that you purchase.
Yeah,
It's a
remember we were
problem.
talking about that. You sent me a few links about that, how condo insurance is no longer can't afford to insure these condos because they're
Yeah,
it's not that
because it
they're
was
high risk
unrealistic
condos.
prices that they bought into.
Yeah.
So, the housing has to be corrected somehow. I just don't know if it's there yet. We're still on the brink of it, but I don't even know because now the gas prices is really low. I'm looking down right now in the nighttime to, pump my gas up to my car. You're looking at 92 cents a liter.
In Ontario, in some parts, it's like 68
So
cents.
I don't know. This is crazy. Like, I've never seen this low ever. From the year of 2004 to now, I've never seen it drop below $1. And the last time I saw it below $1, I was only maybe like 10 years old in the year of 1997. And that was like 35 cents a liter, 40 cents a liter. Like, that's nuts. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I wanted to kind of touch base with you about that and kind of discuss what's happening like in the city of Vancouver. Keep an eye out for us. I know you don't go out much because I don't blame you for not going out much.
I don't want to go out.
No,
I don't want to get sick.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to get sick because I have asthma. So for me, I'm not going to be good for this. So for me to just stay home, if it's essential, we have to go out and buy stuff from Costco and whatnot. And, we got to do what we got to do. And then I stay home because it's not worth getting sick for it. I had a really bad crazy cold in the month of November. So for me, I'd rather stay out of this. I don't want to get sick. Not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you know, across Lower Mainland, you're looking at the death rate. It's mostly older seniors,
Mm-hmm.
not young people. You don't have young people dying. So I don't know.
No. It started
Do
like
we?
this. First, it started like this rare phenomenon is happening in China. Then it went to a point where we might have to lock things down. It doesn't look like it's only affecting older people. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. And then it went to, we're going to have to close the borders of this town and lock everybody in the town shut. And then we have to quarantine 750 million people. And then we have to do this. And then it got to a point where it's like, yeah, thanks for being honest.
Yeah, it's
So
much.
But
I hope you and Rosie are doing well and your kids. You guys
we're
look
fine.
happy.
We're fine. The kids get sometimes the kids get kind of what do you call it? Like
rambunctious.
Yeah, because they want to go outside all the time, right?
I know.
And I would take
You
them
have
to
to
Dairy
keep them-
Queen. I would go to Walmart, walk around. We'd go to a lot of parks in my area, right?
Mm-hmm. Now you can't even go to parks.
Yeah, we'd go hiking
crazy.
all the time. I'd take the kids hiking. We'd leave in the morning. We'd just find a trail somewhere. Hopefully no bears are around, and we just go for a hike,
Mm-hmm.
Tell people you've been up to my area. Tell people how beautiful it is where I live.
Okay, I can, for sure.
No, tell people. No. Tell people that are listening. Like all the lakes around me, all the water.
Oh, yes, it's very beautiful. The Merritt, BC is beautiful. It's you get lots of sunshine during springtime. You start spring way early than Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much rain.
No,
I
it
believe,
rains like
right?
6 times a year.
Yeah, it's like not too much, and you could literally be outside sunbathing for quite some time in the year. Wintertime, you do get a bit of snow here and there, right?
Yeah, we do, but it's short. Yeah. It's like December. We get like December, January, and then February, and then March. Everything's gone. I'm fertilizing the grass this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's gone.
Yeah, so it's gone. Okay, so there you go. But I mean, I'm sure there's snow in the mountains and whatnot, so it's still there. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful city. It's quiet, quaint. Yeah. But
it's
not
horses.
too much food selection.
I went.
Though.
I went to. This is a few months back. I went to the veterinarian to get something with my dog, right? To get something checked. And the veterinarian, they have this little fence that goes around, and there's a huge plot of grass, and they have horses there.
Wow.
It's so cool. It's like you go to the veterinarian, it's like, wow, there's horses at the veterinarian. It's like, I know they take care of animals, but you don't think of living in the city, right?
Yeah, but for sure.
All right, Jazzy, I'm going to let you go. And if you want to come on Mike and Night, let me know. And now I got your Skype, and we'll, keep us updated on what's going on.
Okay, for sure.
God bless.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
So that is my friend Jasmine. Been friends for many years now. She's Chinese-Canadian. And I think I've been friends with her for over 10 years now. Maybe longer. But, okay. Sweeto Scientist is saying, the communists are going to make us fight for normal. Yeah, it is. So we got McChronicle in the house. Lord Humongous. Guys, why are you guys fighting in the comment section, man? Holy crap. I don't know. These guys are arguing in the comment section so much. We should be like, helping each other out, giving each other information, giving each other, Bighorn says, I think this channel helps social. 5,119 deaths in the United States. Wow, yeah. Let's go check out some COVID numbers. Man. Let's do a quick channel plug, guys. All right, this is the channel. Go ahead and support it. Follow me on Instagram. Let me give you my Instagram, guys. Go ahead and follow me on this if you're on this. Here's my Instagram. I want to thank all my Patreon supporters for their support. There's Patreon if you guys want to donate at $1 per month. I really appreciate it. You guys know I make like $80 a week. Not even that. Doing this, it's not much. I do it because it's because I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? But then when things start to fail and I gotta buy equipment and shit, it starts getting pricey real fast. So guys, Lord Humongous in the comments. Here's his mug, guys. Don't forget to buy a Lord Humongous mug in the comments. It's gold and silver is real money. Don't forget to check him out. Gold and silver is real money. And yeah, I want to thank everyone that's been buying stuff off this store. I made quite a few sales today. Supreme Cannon mug in the house. If you guys like Supremo Cannon, he's in the house. So 3 right guys wants to debate Lord Humongous. What do you guys want to debate over? And are you guys both willing to do this? That's the question. I don't mind having a debate on the show because everybody knows who both these guys are on the show. These guys have both called into the show. These guys are both known on the show. So if these guys want to basically debate each other, it's up to you guys if you want to do it. I don't mind hosting it here on the channel. I'm just looking up something here. I got a message from someone in Ecuador. All right, guys. So if you guys want to battle, let me know. Oh, Timothy just sent me $2 Australian for that. You are a star, says Tim. Well, if you guys want, I don't want to have a one-sided debate. If people want to debate, that's fine. We could open the floor for 20 minutes, give everybody 10 minutes. Yeah, what's the topic? I don't even know what these guys are fighting over. Let me get Lord on the show. Let me see what Lord has to say. As long as Lord doesn't get upset and swear and find out what's going on, and I need people to be as neutral as possible on this show. Because I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know why we're at war here.
Hello.
Hey, Lord, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
So, I need you to be like positive here, and I know you're positive. You know, you try to be as positive as possible and stuff. And I'm just asking, like, I'm not sure what's going on. Like, there's been a lot of war in the comment section for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, have Leaf come on. I'll debate him right now. Get him on there. You tell him he can pick the topic too.
So you want to debate each other? Okay, that's fine. And then we'll let the people watching the show go ahead and vote on who they think won. Is that fair? Or
I guess that's fine. Yeah.
All right, let me see if I could find him here, Leaf. I don't even know where he is. Let me see where he is. There's hundreds of people on my Skype. Okay, here he is. Here, let me see if I could add him to the conversation.
Does he have his tissue box ready?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But you guys can't swear, eh?
I won't swear.
All right, I'm just saying you guys can't swear. If you guys start swearing, I'm in trouble, okay?
That's fine. What's the topic? Tell him to pick the topic.
I don't know, man. Oh, no, I think he just said we should prepare for the subject matter.
What? Come on, guy. Make up your mind.
Like,
pick your
what's
topic
going on
and come
here,
on
man?
debate. I'm here.
Oh, man.
I showed up. Where's he at? You can't find your Skype number all of a sudden?
No, I have it here. Hold on. I'm going to add him. Hold on. Relax. Hold on. Add caller. Add people to call. Okay, give me a second here.
All right.
Here. Add. It's calling him right now as we speak.
Woohoo!
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you lower the volume on your end? Because I hear my phone ringing in the back, or the Skype in the background there.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's calling somebody here.
Yeah, no, it's done.
Oh, okay. So, guys, what's going on? Why are we all at each other? I mean, Can't we just take the higher ground once in a while? You know, I get told off all the time. My wife gets told off all the time.
For 2 times, Lord has come onto the show for the last 2 Mike and the Knights and basically talked shit about me, and yet I had no platform to speak out about it. I got banned on my original account, and we have a difference in opinion. He's, I believe, I would have to ask him, you're a libertarian, correct, Lord?
No, I'm an American. Next question.
Next question. Okay. So you're anti-royal family, correct?
Correct.
Correct. You're against traditionalism, correct?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, then why are you against the royal family?
That's not traditionalism. That's a monarchy, douchebag.
No. Well, that's exactly why we have a royal institution.
No,
Because
that's not
of tradition.
exactly.
It's called prestige. It's the same reason the Japanese have their royal family.
You want to talk about non-freedom? Let's talk about that then. Is that what you are?
Okay, so you're a libertarian.
I might have libertarian views. Doesn't make a complete.
So you do fall under that libertarian.
But I don't follow ideologies. I follow the U.S.
Yeah, that's fine and all. So you're a constitutionalist.
Is that not?
And you're a constitutionalist, which would be a libertarian.
Is that no? It's not, dude. It's not. It has nothing to do with libertarianism. Nothing whatsoever.
It has nothing to do with libertarianism. Did I just hear that?
What's up, Tissue Box? Go ahead. Why don't you explain your European nationalist?
I'm a European identitarian. I'm a European nationalist.
Oh, really?
I don't believe that we should have open markets to foreign buyers.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe in all of the money pumping from one group to another to support feminism. The socialism that occurs there pumping one group to another that goes against my group.
No, stop. Where does that money?
I don't believe in affirmative action.
Come from? Where does the money come from?
Well, in the case of affirmative action, you take quotas from certain businesses and you divert the funds and you divert the jobs elsewhere.
Answer the question. Where does the money come from? You don't know where money comes from?
Okay, you want to go central bank and shit like that. You want gold and silver, right?
Where does it come from?
Yeah. So let me ask you this: where are you going to get all your socialism or your socialized cares, like your veteran benefits and all the other shit you
guys?
I'm assuming are on because you were living in your car a year ago? You had diabetes, right? So you were getting some type of fucking aid. Where's that aid
stop
come
swearing.
from? You want to go on about that, right? So let's go dig deep into it. I'm not against the central bank, I quote, but I am against what is going in the markets nowadays, which is complete and utter madness and globalization.
Your markets are rigged, you idiot. You don't even know that? Everybody on the planet.
I know the markets are rigged. I'm against it. I'm against the foreign buyers. I'm against the free flow of labor from other this is why I don't believe in free market and libertarianism. I'd argue is I don't want free flow of labor from multiple different countries. I want our jobs to be for us. I want the market to be closed. If there's, say, deflation in the market, I don't want foreign Chinese buyers buying up houses that are depreciated or helping keep them up in the bubble. I believe in protectionism and nationalism, and you require a government, you require central banking for these type of features. You can't have them with my freedoms, and open borders, all this other shit.
Bunch of horse crap, and you know it now.
Who's going to enforce? Listen, if you're not open borders, who's going to enforce it when you have gold and silver? If you're not going to have taxation, who's going to be funding the government to do all these things that you would need to get done?
I don't know, America.
America. Yeah, see, that's your answer. That's exactly my point. You haven't even thought about it. The cognitive dissonance with you and Reagan is ridiculous. It is crazy. It's like fairy taleism.
Are you going to let somebody rebuttal, or are you just going to keep cutting people off? Is that how you try to win an argument?
Just like you have me silenced constantly and kept banning me all night and putting me on 300-second timeouts because you couldn't fucking deal with it because you were triggered? You mean like that?
I didn't do that. I didn't silence you. I didn't silence you. I don't silence people on there. Brianna silenced you though, because you're an idiot.
Okay, guys.
You don't even know where you're going, dude.
Okay. So let's get this straight. You believe in my freedom, my freedom. You want your gold and silver. So what kind of government do you think will still exist post central bank? Explain that for me. Explain that.
Huh? Explain what?
Well, you're pro open borders or not? Yes,
you're cutting. You're cutting in. And just that's why you can't debate.
You want to have an unstructured debate. That's the problem. I want to have the structure, but then you wanted to do it right now, so that's fine. We'll do it right now. Are you pro borders or not? It's a simple fucking question.
You don't have any.
Guys, you gotta stop. Okay, Leaf. Okay, guys. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. We're gonna end this because the swearing is getting out of hand here. Leaf, you're not.
That's fine. Whatever. Go ahead. If the guy would let somebody
Leaf
him,
let him talk. Go ahead, Lord. You got 3 minutes. Go.
God. So what? Ask me one debate question that you want me to answer.
He asked you if you believed in open borders, and I already know the answer. No, you don't.
No, I don't believe in open borders. Exactly.
And actually, quite frankly, Leaf, he was the one that actually commented on the should the U.S. put troops on the Canadian border, and he said, "Hell yeah."
And let me tell you
this. Who's going to pay for the army when he has my gold and silver and there's no Fed? Who's going to pay for the army to guard his border? That's my follow-up.
Toilet paper, you idiot. It's private, and it goes to your little royals over there.
Yeah, but listen, how you going to fucking pay for your border freaking closure and your border protection with no central bank? Answer the question.
I don't need to pay for anything in a free
you're not going to pay for anything, so then it's just not going to happen. It's not going to be you're going to magically have a border.
That's what the Second Amendment's
It's a magic border.
Yeah, that's what the Second Amendment's for, moron. Don't you know about that? Or
no? So you're just gonna so then
your queen doesn't.
Where's the checks and balances then, eh? So what? You're just gonna like what? Explain further. Tell me about the Second Amendment. How that's gonna give you border protection?
Give me protection, buddy. I've been in combat. Have you ever served?
Elaborate. I don't care about your tough guy shit. That's what Raven said. I'm gonna bitch slap you in 4.2 seconds. I got the screenshot. It's like a trophy. Don't go there. It's retarded. Anyways, the point of the question is how are you going to enforce your border then? You're going to have no bank, no central bank. How's it going to be enforced? Tell me.
How does the central bank enforce the border in the first place?
Because it can finance the military and the government agents that do it. But you're just freaking... There's so much cognitive dissonance you can't even understand something so freaking basic. Wrong. So the military just magically pays for itself. Lord Humongous. Big quotation marks. It just pays for itself.
Okay,
it's a voluntary military, you idiot.
Oh, it's voluntary. So you're gonna be basically basing a society off of voluntarism.
Okay,
I don't care about.
You're just gonna do it out of the goodwill. So what about the big corporations?
It's over.
I don't care.
Okay, look, Lord, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. He's such an idiot. He doesn't know anything now.
It doesn't matter. The moral to this story is just agree to disagree. Just take the high road. That's it.
That's whatever. Okay, I'm good.
I agree with everything you guys are saying. Why? Because you're allowed to say what you want to say. But I just don't.
He thinks everything is controlled through that paper fiat money, and that's not the case. It even says in our own U.S. Constitution. What part of that doesn't he understand? What part doesn't he understand about the freedom of speech? What part doesn't he understand about the Second Amendment? You know? America doesn't need a military. We have a 300 million man military with weapons. What is his point? What does he think we're trying to finance here? No, I don't want other countries like the UK sucking all the resources out of America for his queen and her royal monarch.
No, I understand. I totally understand, Lord, where you're coming from this. I understand. I understand where Leaf's coming from it too. Like it's not, it's you both bring valid points, right? But we just need to agree to disagree.
I don't want to control people like his queen does, like his monarch does.
No, I understand.
He likes to be controlled and ruled. That's the difference. He wants to be ruled by these bankers that control every aspect of his life. I don't. Thanks. I'm gonna hang up now.
Are you still mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you.
Oh.
I just think he's a complete moron. He doesn't know enough history. He just tries to throw everything but the kitchen sink during a debate. He doesn't, frame his question correctly, and then he tries to ridicule whoever is answering the question because he doesn't like it. That's what he doesn't like. He doesn't like freedom. He wants to be controlled, like the rest of the walking zombies on this planet. I don't, and I won't.
You
So
refuse to. Yeah, I understand. Okay,
that's
Lord.
different.
We'll talk soon. Okay.
All right, brother.
Take care, bro. Bye.
Bye.
So, like, just yeah. I just wish we could be more. You know what I'm saying? It's just we've been having this war on the channel for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's just everyone just needs to take the high road once in a while. Like, look, guys, I'm on the dirty. Okay, look, I'm on the dirty. Look, people tell me off all the time. Look, type in the dirty. Mike Martins. Watch this. Look, I'm on the dirty. I have people that don't come to my store because they actually think I'm a merit molester because of this post, on the dirty, right? There's lots here. Mike Martins is digging himself a deep hole. He's a molester, and I'm trying to do is save the locals, town folks from his lying and manipulative ways. He needs to be shut down and run out of town. There is no room in merit for this kind of behavior. I'm doing the town a favor. The scumbag shut down. So there's about 200 comments on here about me, and it's basically from the same 4 people, right? But attention, citizens of Merit, BC. We could work together to get this business shut down. Too many complaints of molesting people being reported from there. We need to work together to get them shut down. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people there's not a lot of people. There's like 3 or 4 people that dislike me very much, right? And they do stuff like this. But I don't go and create a post about them. I don't go, you know what I'm saying? I don't go in and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a guy in town that every time he sees me, he flips me the bird. And I did a whole merit harassment series. Let's go into that. You go into the merit harassment series, you could see the amount of problems I've had in this town for opening a business. You go to playlists. If you guys want to watch something while you're in quarantine, watch the merit harassment series. Let me find it here. Here it is. Watch this. From beginning to end. Threatening phone calls. I was doxxed 3 times. They put my address online. There it is. Watch this later if you guys are bored. Watch the entire 23 parts of it. The amount of harassment I've been taking for opening a similar business to someone else in town. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got Globetrotter Mike. Let's get him on the show.
Hello?
Hey, is this Globetrotter Mike?
You got it.
What's up, buddy? What are you up to?
Oh, I'm I'm working actually.
Oh, you're what are you working? Aren't you supposed to be on quarantine?
Yeah, no, I even can't enjoy my apocalypse. I just have to work.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I'll let you go then.
No, hang on. I have standby. It's all good. I'm working in the oil patch, one of the businesses in Canada right now, for $5 a barrel.
Oh, so you're like on the oil patch,
yeah,
you said?
I have standby tonight. Yes, that's right.
Oh, you're on the oil patch. Okay, so listen, I wanted to ask you, what was I going to ask you? Yeah, I read the article you sent me. I don't know if you saw it on my channel.
I just switched over. I was talking to my wife, but what article about that World Health Organization guy?
No, the one you sent me about the 20 million cell phone or the cell phone usage that went down.
Yes.
Yeah, I read that one. It's on my channel here. You sent it to me, and I read it right away the next morning when I woke up. Because that's 21 million people. Like, what did they? Okay. Those are free phones by the Communist Party. Why would they stop using them?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe they'll pass away or whatever. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's very, very.
I have not.
Yeah, that's very scary. So you're.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So you're working. So I guess you're not. So what are you guys going to start doing quarantine or everything? Like you're kind of separated from each other where you work anyway? You're okay?
Well, the thing is, I work on the rigs.
Okay.
And what we are doing, we are swapping out pumps basically that the well keeps producing. And we are in camps or hotels. It depends where the customer's location for the well is.
Okay.
And then the last couple 3 weeks, I was in hotels with Holiday Inn and whatever hotels, and yeah, we are in there in the hotel with 10 guys maximum.
Mm.
And now I'm in the Grand Prairie area and in a camp here. I have my own room, my own washroom, everything.
Mhm.
And yeah, they have the rules in place here: hand sanitizing, and only 3 people at the table. No, before COVID, it was 5, 6 guys on a table. Now you have to practice social distancing, kind of thing, you know.
Good. That's good that you
But
guys are
other than
actually
that,
taking care of each other. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if somebody coughs or sneezes, everybody's turning the head like, oh. Yeah, it's not funny actually, but it's funny in a sort of way, in a sarcastic way. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to touch base with you. You've messaged me many times, and I thought I'd just bring you on the show and say hi.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah, if you want to come, tell us what's on your mind. Go ahead, tell us.
I was wondering what's going on here. I mean, it was not an April Fool. Justin, our Prime Minister, yeah, carbon tax is kicking in on a federal level right now in most of Canada. I don't know,
because
so,
gasoline in Alberta, I think, was like 60 cents a liter. Then it went up to 80 with the new tax, right?
Yeah, you can say that. Yes.
Yeah, like a 30-cent increase on gas because of the new tax.
Yeah, but it's not only gas by itself. I mean, he's choking a business that's already on the ground. But that's beside the point. I mean, he never wanted it to begin with. That's my personal opinion. But everything is increasing, and you can apply for the benefits from the government and everything else. Yeah, but how are you going to do that? You need a digital ID. And then you get a code sent, and then you can apply for the relief money, however much that is, or however that's going to work out, right? Why don't helicopter the money to the guy? Currency, and hand the money out. I mean, the government, from the tax revenue agency's point of view, they have all our bank accounts. Why don't drop everybody $500 for the number?
Well,
make it complicated. People have to stand in line and apply.
Well, here's
on facilities they are closed.
The problem is we're not living on normal cost standards. The average house is over $1 million in some of the major cities for a teardown. So we can't live on normal cost standards anymore. It's going to cost a lot more to bail the average person out than it would if everything was... Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's crippling our government right now. It's like, how do we pay somebody's rent of $2,700 for a 1-bedroom, and that same 1-bedroom in Sarasota, Florida, is $600 a month? What do we do?
Yeah. And to keep the ratio of the Canadian dollar to the U.S. dollar in mind as well.
So we're headed for what do you see happening in the next week?
I was in downtown a 3 days ago. I said, okay, I take my camera and film. These are epic times. You never get this footage again, right? I think we are just going to get a hard lockdown. If maybe the essentials stay open, whatever that is, determined by the government. A wheat shop is essential. The oil patch is essential. Whatever is essential. I mean, heck. I think we could see a hard lockdown till, I don't know, 1 month, 2 months, and then I think the party is over. Like everything goes back to normal, whatever normal is.
Right.
By that point.
Do you see war on the horizon?
Not really. I mean, nation wars. I don't think that is something that everything is happening, right? But everything can occur. I don't think that's a national war like we had it in the First and Second World War is going to happen. No, I don't think so. I think that that video that I sent you a couple of 3 minutes ago, that Vancouver downtown puts up boards for all the shops like Gucci and all the high society brands there. Yeah, they're boarding their windows, and probably the same scenario like they had it in Vancouver when the G20 summit was.
Yes.
Instigated street riots and stuff like that, chaos, order within, and these kind of topics.
I saw them.
No, I don't think we see a big war.
No, okay. I saw the article you sent me about that, and I made a video about that. Now, my question to you is when they were boarding up, they mentioned something called Lululemon. What the hell is Lululemon?
You should ask a female what Lululemon is.
I've never heard of it before until I watched that clip.
Maybe somebody in the chat can explain what Lululemon is.
Is it a clothing store or something, or?
Yeah, for females. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was. I thought it was like a fragrance store or something, or like something for like perfumes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you should talk with your wife about that. She can give you a quick rundown on that.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably not the right one to explain that stuff to you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to bring you on, get a few words out of you. Let me know if you ever, if you want to come on Mike in the Night and prepare a few articles on your side and kind of tell us what's going on your neck of the woods there locally. Give us a little insight if you ever want to do that. Let me know.
Yeah, sure, I can do that, but I don't know. What's today? Wednesday.
Oh no, Mike in the Night, Saturday nights. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I'll be back by Saturday. We should actually work tonight, but they postponed that. There are some issues out there, so that will be probably next night. Yeah, I see what I can dig up and find, and then you can call me up or something like that, and we can go over certain things if you want to.
Sure, no problem, buddy. No problem.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go, Mr. Globetrotter Mike. And
all right.
We'll talk soon, and you stay safe, okay?
Yes, you too, Mike.
All right, thank you. God bless.
Okay, bye-bye.
Works on the oil patch. All right. Guys telling me to delete stream Drew to cursing. No, my I just won't get monetized. So basically, I lost the monetization on the video. My $2.60 or not even $3 on the video. The $2 I was gonna make, I won't make it any longer, which is fine. I'm not worried. I just don't want people to. We need to agree to disagree with each other, and that's it. Do you believe in open borders? No, I don't. Okay, well, that's nice. And then move on. It's just debating each other is nice when we get some sort of resolution that some people in the comments learn something. I think what the people in the comments learned today was just we just need to love each other, and that's what I keep talking about on this show for years now with you guys. And I just want everyone just to stop picking at or finding people's weaknesses. Making fun of someone because they live in an RV or something, or making fun of someone because they're sick, or making fun of someone, you know what I'm saying? That's not nice. I get made fun of all the time, okay? Why? Because I opened a business similar to someone else's in town, and I've been destroyed. People coming in my store telling me off and stuff because of another business in town that doesn't like me. And then before that, I got my ass kicked in high school. Why? Because I'm a Portuguese. The teachers didn't like us. Oh, you're Portuguese? Go to the back of the class. I hate you. I'm not going to deal. I'm not going to spend any time with you. You think I'm joking? I go to a job interview. You're Portuguese? Yeah, we're not hiring you. Your kind here. I effed off to Florida for 5 years. So, you know what I'm saying, guys? It's just, we're all here together, and we just need to. I'm not asking to even find a common ground. I'm just asking, a lot of us have a lot in common on here. All of us are here for a reason, and I think a lot of us have a lot in common. I think a lot of us have. That's why everybody that comments on here, Red Pill Gary, Stevie Stevens, TJH. You know, we should actually all come on this show. Everybody should come on this show at least once. Like Nat Pachuk. Nat Pacheco needs to come on. And you see, now I'm not even seeing Lord in the comments anymore. He's probably mad, you know, and he shouldn't be mad. You know, people shouldn't be like, you know, people should be just to agree to disagree. And that's it. That's it. It's over. Oh, I like lemon water. Okay, if someone disagrees with that, oh, lemon's too acidic. It's not good for you. Okay, God bless America. That's it. It's over. But Tig Nim needs to call in. Crazy Shredder. Sorry, Siri Shredzer needs to call in. But so people need to just just start to. But yeah, if you guys want to have a debate on the show, I don't care. If somebody wants to come and debate, I'd like something that's reasonable. I don't even know what the heck they were debating today, to be honest with you. And I'm not blaming both of them. I just don't know where things were headed with that, right? And then you have Real German Instinct swearing, and then I just lost the monetization in this. And you know, the $3 for the show or $1.90. MT's going back to work. MT, you can't leave now. You just got here. And I don't know. I'm gonna stop trying to be like. Yeah, Mike Banks is on right here on the money. They had no topic. That's why we need Mike Banks on the show. He's got to come in and tell us what the hell's going on here. Seriously. Because he has so much information. I just come on the show, man. Yeah, we could actually do it where I ring the bell like this. And then the first person would go. I'd have a timer on my side. So this timer would be here, guys. On this side of so everyone could see it at home. And then we could go ahead and have a debate. And then once the minute or 2 minutes up, next guy will go and re-ask the question or reiterate what he asked, and then kind of answer it, and then go back and forth, right? Just edit it? No, this is a long stream, man. I gotta download this. It'll take a huge amount of my CPU to edit it because it's huge, right? See, Mike Banks has been, do you have any idea of how many drunk debates I have been involved in? Probably quite a few, to be honest. So we need, oh, Harry Bullocks is on. Somebody asked me why Harry Bullocks is got a blue wrench. I think he was one of my original, like not original, but one of my first 3 moderators. Been probably watching my channel. I don't know how many years now, but. Yeah, you know what, guys? I think Lord Humongous and 3 Right Guys or Leaf or German Instincts, I think we need to sit down and have a shot together. Shot of whiskey or something, and kind of I think they need to have a shot of whiskey together and put their differences aside, because all whiskey tastes good when differences are aside. Oh, I've already worn my new shirt on the show the other day, guys. I'm gonna wear it on Mike in the Night again. I'm just getting it cleaned again for this Saturday show for Mike in the Night. You know, I'm really happy you guys are here for me too, you know? I'm really happy that we're here for each other, you know? I'm really happy. We could talk ourselves through this thing, you know? No one's censoring no one, Lord Humongous. I'm seeing on my end, that it's been auto censored by YouTube bot. Nobody's censoring nobody. I'm seeing it on here. It comes up and it says, highlighted, that it's been odd. This has been auto modded by YouTube, not nobody on the channel. So Red Pill Crypto Shark is saying, I'm having whiskey coffee right now. He's got the right idea right now. So maybe we could get Red Pill Crypto Shark on the show too if he's in self-isolation. TGH says Steve the Plumber. Yeah, Steve the Plumber could have come on. He was Steve the Plumber couldn't come on. He said he's been really busy. Tino C is Mike. How can I be added to Skype? Tino, did you message me on here? Just find me, Mike Martins 1980. Mike Martins, MikeMartins 1980 1980 on Skype, and you will find me. I have a lot of people here trying to add me, and let me see who's added me on Skype right now. Man. Okay, hold on a sec. Somebody wanted to add me to Skype. Where is it? Where was it? I just saw a whole spiel of people that wanted to add me on Skype. I don't see them here. I don't know where they went. A lot of people asking to add me on Skype. I can't find that spiel. Yeah, message me, guys. Say, hey, Mike, it's me. You know, what's going on? I watch your show and... here we go. Another person want to add me on Skype. Accept. Okay, and then another person here just wanted to add me on Skype. It's just hard when you have... I wish Skype could do a little bit better where you could actually prioritize and move things around. So many messages, guys. The amount of people. Someone from Australia. Another person from Iceland. So what's happening in Iceland, guys? I'm going to explain to you. I don't know what's happened in Iceland from what I'm getting from these messages. But there's a lot of... I have a big following, actually, in Reykjavik in Iceland. So there's a big following of the show. Somebody asked me to make a Mike in the Night like mug or a Mike in the Night a sticker. Live in Iceland, or like watching in Iceland type of thing, like an Iceland, like the country, and then kind of put Mike in the Night. Somebody asked if I could do it. They say they'll buy it, which is really cool. So a lot of people watching from there, which is interesting. And then I've been getting a lot of viewership from Greenland too. I went on my thing to show where people are watching, and I'm surprised that Greenland now is in the top 10 viewership, and Iceland is like 6th or 7th most watched country, with I don't know how many, like 40,000 or 33,000 views per month in Iceland. So, yeah. Yes, Iceland is getting coronavirus cases. Yeah. So we got... M. Howden is asking, can't we just tax the COVID virus like the climate to make it all better? Well, they put the carbon tax on, I think it was in effect today, the 1st of this month. And gasoline in Alberta went from 54 cents to like 80 cents today, a liter. Yeah, I'm not lying, guys. I'm not making this up. Yeah, because of the new JT tax that's going to help. The new JT tax is going to help a lot of human beings. Lord Humongous saying, good show, woo. Yeah. You know, everyone has a right to, as long as you don't swear. Everybody's good to go. Everybody, I'm happy. And then I got a letter from some guy saying that I expressing too much hate towards the Chinese community. I'm like, no, I'm not. No. I love everybody, except the Communist Party. I just hate the idea of it. I just hate the idea of being like a trapped animal. Imagine grabbing people and putting them in the back of a cage on a truck, like we're watching, like people were being taken, and people were sending the cell phone footage out, and putting people in the back and people screaming for their lives. I can't stomach that. Here we go. Greenland bans the sale of alcohol. Update: Corona in the Arctic. Here it is. Oh, that's pretty cool. They have a little swimming area here in the summer. And look at all the construction in Greenland for low-rise condos, eh? That's pretty cool. High North Views continues its update on the spread of the coronavirus in the Arctic. Greenland authorities have banned the sale of alcohol in stores in the capital of Nuuk and in the village of Kapalisit and Quequernassepenasit. Prime Minister Kim Kislin said the ban is a measure to prevent the spread of COVID-19, but also protect children. Okay, well, I mean, you could go off. It's good. Some people go off alcohol. Some people that go off alcohol for this long, a couple of weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, never go back to drink, ever. Which is a good thing. But anyways, let's go over here real quick. All right, here goes. All right, guys, let's see. Let's do one last plug. And guys, Mike in the Night, I'm going to give you guys a link right now. We're going to be talking about mind games. The social thought, your social mind, your social, how this is going to affect your psyche. Psychologically. So we're going to have a special COVID Mike in the Night. We're starting at 8 p.m. this Saturday, sorry. So go ahead and set your reminders there on the link. Go ahead and set your reminders for Mike in the Night. The psychological mind game that this virus is playing on you. By Saturday, we'll have a lot of news stories to cover. It's never a dull moment on Mike in the Night. Guys, here's my Instagram again. Can you please message me here on Instagram? It's just easier for me to get messages. Also, guys, don't forget to buy me a coffee on Patreon, $1 a month. Here we go, $1 a month. If you guys want to buy a $1 a month, I lost 3 Patreon supporters yesterday. So, oh well, there's nothing I could do about it. And here's my Teespring, guys, if you guys want to buy some awesome clothes. Whoa. Pashka sent me $10. Video revenue. $10. Thanks, Pashka. And yeah, $1 a month is easier here, guys. And it's a lot easier here, $1 a month. And you could message me here directly, too, on Patreon if you guys want. Thanks so much, Pashka, for that $9.99. That's going to buy me 4.5, 5 coffees. And that's it, guys. I'm I was kind of disappointed with the debate. I thought it was going to be more, but maybe on Mike in the Night, we could have a round table if you guys like. Or maybe we could do something else. Yeah, YouTube keeps 30% for donations, I believe. Yeah, I haven't really gotten nothing from the super chats. Like I never really got like the money. I just get my regular money from my. Thank God my AdSense is fixed. Well, it's from what I make in this. Oof. Yeah, people think I'm rolling in a couple of grand a month. I'm like, no way. Couple of grand, maybe a couple of thousand Venezuelan bolívares or something like what they get in Venezuela. Probably a couple of grand in Venezuelan bolívares. Here, let's find out. Exchange. Currency exchange. Let's see what that is. To Venezuelan Bolivarize. Vietnam Dong. So it's Bolivarize. B. Botswana. All right. So what is that? So this is Bolivian Bolivari. I can't find the one from Venezuela. It's not even here because they probably don't want you to buy Venezuelan currency. That's what I make, 400 Canadian a month off AdSense. That's 1,946 Bolivian. What can you buy in Bolivia for $1,900 there? It might pay your rent. That might cover your rent in Bolivia. Huh. Let's see what this gives me in Chilean peso. Holy crap. 244 grand. Holy crap. 244 grand in Chile. Man, I'll ask for that in 10s and 20s. Walk around with this much money. It's like, yeah, man, I got paid from AdSense, $400. Holy crap. Okay, let's see here. I don't think you could buy anything for 244 grand in Chile. Holy crap. Let's see the Nigerian Naira. Is that $1 million? No, it's 103 grand. There's so much currency here. Oh, Turkish lira. That's about 2 grand. That might cover rent there, maybe. Ooh, Cuban peso. See, that's within line. 400 Canadian dollars. What? 400 Canadian dollars buys me 282 Cuban pesos? I get less Cuban money for Canadian dollars? This has got to be a joke. 400 Canadian dollars buys me 282 Cuban pesos. How much is rent in Cuba? $10? All right, let's go here. I saw the real here. Hold on, where's the real? It's usually 3-1. Brazilian real. Where are you? I just saw it. Ooh, Azerbaijan. That's on par. $480. $400 for Azerbaijan money. Argentine peso. 18 grand? Wow. That's pesos, Mike. I know. Eamon's asking me, Vancouver housing going up, it's going down. Europe will be part of the Middle East conflict soon. Guys, share that from Mike in the Night. We're going to do this from Mike in the Night. Don't forget these topics, guys, that you guys are talking about here in the comments. Don't forget to set your reminders for Mike in the Night mind games. Don't forget to follow me on this. Don't forget to buy me a coffee on Patreon. $1 a month. That's $12 a year. If I get like 400 people to do that, that's great. And don't forget this here, too, if you don't mind subscribing to the channel and being part of the channel and being part of the community and what we have going on here. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to go spend some time with my wife. It is 10 p.m. And thank you, Tignim. Thank you, Lord Humongous. TJH, Pasito Scientists. Harry Bullocks. Mortke Jones, TJH, Vips, KJ, Dylan, Low Roller Scratcher. Who else we got here? M. Howden, Steve Stevens, Big Robenzi, eBank U, Pashka, thanks for the $10. And I'm just going through real quick. Tino C, add me on Skype. Hurry up. And what else we got? That's it. I got a lot of people here on Skype, which is really good. So we're going to have an interesting Mike in the Night, guys. Stay tuned. We'll go over the numbers. And by then, I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of news stories. We're 6 days away on the channel for when things start to go hockey stick and the hospitals, I think, start getting overrun. And I really hope to God I'm wrong. I hope to God I'm wrong. I really hope so. Anyways, guys, group hug. God bless to everybody. Everything and anything, says Night Mike. And yeah, housing market crash after. Yeah, we're gonna see we should see a correction. Her Majesty won't even pay for Harry's freight, much less the Canadian defense. Oh, Canadian taxpayers are paying for that. Someone says, go, go, go. I got banned from the other one. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Supreme Canada. I hope he's okay. I called him twice. He never answered both times. I hope he's okay. I hope he's doing well. Thank you so much, guys. God bless. Thanks for watching, and we'll be seeing each other soon. Lots of love. Remember, guys, be careful, and if you can't, be safe.